Hello and welcome to Versus Live. I'm Ross Merriam.
And I'm Corey Baumeister.
We've got Rob in the booth. Say hi, Rob.
Hi, Rob.
Rob will be taking all of your questions, comments, concerns, and burns in the chat. Make sure to tag at Star City Games so he can see them and send his favorites over to us. We are diving into some Historic today on Versus Live.
Yes.
Getting into, a format that I think everyone expected to have major shakeups because of the Mystical Archive.
Yes.
And honestly, I'm looking at the early results, and there's some changes, but they're not fundamentally shifting the format in the way that the hype was, for the last couple weeks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right away we saw completely new decks pop up, or like decks that were completely dead, like Phoenix, actually get a resurgence and stuff. But that was when everybody was just trying the new things. Now that we're starting to actually play some tournaments, people are just incorporating these cards into existing decks. There's some new ones popping up. There's, these weird Emergent Ultimatum decks that didn't exist before. But for the most part, it is just upgrading decks now. And now we're really starting to see what the metagame is going to look like at a competitive level.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And I will say that one of the decks that has suffered a lot from the influx of all of these new cards is the deck that I'm going to be starting with. That is Orzhov Auras, which is one of the more successful decks over, say, the last month.
Very good deck.
Yeah, and really didn't show up that much in the first major weekend, which was a couple weeks ago. You didn't see a lot of Orzhov Auras. So that might be a deck that has suffered, maybe a deck that just kind of fell under the radar and people didn't play because they were too busy looking at other cool stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I could see, Simic taking turns, kind of destroying it because you, have some fog effects.
Simic taking turns didn't destroy anybody.
That's true. Yeah, I what was it, an 11% win rate in the last tournament we were looking at?
17.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh. But I'm just trying to think, what would the product of that be, And who knows? But I still think it is one of the best decks. Arnie Huschenbeth took down the Kaldheim Championship as one of his decks. Paulo played it at this last tournament. So it's a deck people are very much still expecting. But, I agree. We haven't seen it win tournaments like it was before.
I do still think the deck is powerful. I agree with you. So that's why I'm playing it today. Just going to give it a spin and see, if there is a major hole that we can identify. So what are we running it up against?
We are running it up against some Jund food. I felt like eating some delicious plates and staring at Chris Barone's cute dog. So
our diet has gotten a lot better since we were on those skull apples.
I know, yeah. Those really were not healthy for us.
Yeah. We got some nice hams. We got this really high-walled pie.
Yeah.
That must have taken forever to bake.
Mm-hmm.
These little great-looking loaves of bread.
We were actually starting to look like the skull apples themselves when we were eating so minimalist. Now we're feasting.
There's an entire pig towards the front of the table, too. I bet there's a nice apple in that pig's mouth.
And, it's kind of crazy that Chris Barone's dog is only paying attention to the roast, not even interested in pie or just a full pig. So
yeah, the roast looks good. It looks like a nice medium rare.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm just going to be playing...
So lunch break is what you're saying.
Yeah. Did we eat today? No, that's right. I forgot to do that. So I'm just going to be playing a classic Jund Foods list. Nothing really too different about it, but it has been performing. It's a deck I really enjoy playing. It has a lot of ins and outs to it, and we're just going to give it a shot.
Okay, so a little blast from the past here just to remind y'all that these decks still exist.
Yes.
And they're still very powerful. I'm going to be on the play since I noticed the marbles are on the wrong side of the room. Don't know why they got
Did you
misplaced.
just adjust them? Did you just move them from Ross's side for fun? Because I don't think I've won a show in
Rob
2021
must have been
yet.
dusting because he's wearing his French maid outfit.
Oh, yeah. That is really nice. That brings out your eyes, Rob. Very nice.
You can't see it.
I'm glad you noticed that, Corey. That's what I was going for.
All right, let's battle, Mr. Merriam.
Indeed. Interesting hand here. Not entirely sure how I should sequence it.
Okay, but it's going to be a keep?
Yeah, it's definitely a keep.
Yeah, I'll keep mine as well. It's okay, nothing special, but...
I am going to try to hit a lead on Concealed Courtyard Hateful Eidolon.
Okay,
that's the turn.
So hateful. I am going to take 2 and pass to you.
Brings you to 18.
Yep.
Okay, did not hit. I'll attack for 1.
Okay, I'll go to 17. You go to 21.
I will Thoughtseize you.
Thoughtseize. So if I don't play this card, I know what you're gonna take. I think I'm just supposed to be okay with this so I can maintain the other removal spell in my hand. I'm basically assuming that Ross is going to take this Fatal Push if I don't cast it. But if I do cast it here, I don't get a ton of value because I just kill the Eidolon. I don't kill the creatures that really matter, and then you just take my other removal spell. So I think I'd rather leave one, but it's not a great removal spell is the problem. Yeah, I don't know if this is right, but there you go.
Yeah, I will certainly take the Fatal Push out of that hand.
Okay.
And I'll play this Awkward Isolated Chapel, which is why my hand was weird.
Okay, that makes sense. All right. Interesting draw. Meow.
So 18 all?
Yep. And I think we can just go with a... Yeah, we're going to want green for sure, so we might as well do that. Pass to you. What you got now, Ross? Yes.
Attack.
Okay, I'll take it. 17, 19?
Yep. And I'll hope you haven't drawn another removal spell.
Okay.
Spirit Dancer.
All right.
Want to get this down this turn so I don't have to worry about the binding. Corey clearly didn't draw a removal spell because he left of green mana.
You're right, I didn't draw a removal spell, but I did draw 2 lands in one. I will cast Binding on this. Look at that beautiful Stronghold land. Just really doing it for me here. All right, your turn.
I tried as long as possible to get to 3 mana so I could play Kaya's Ghost Form on that Spirit Dancer, but...
I mean, I could be wrong, Rob, but don't you think he should have tried a little bit harder for that? Because he didn't get the 3rd land.
Yeah, you could have mulliganed, I guess.
Yeah. Don't say those words to me. What is these mulliganing things you speak of?
Okay, let's go Sentinel's Eyes, Demonic Vigor, and attack for 3.
Okay. Whenever an enchanted creature dies, draw... So if that dies, you draw 2 cards?
Yeah, I'll draw 2, and I'll return that Hateful Idol into my hand.
Okay.
So you take 3, I gain 3, 14 to 22.
Mm-hmm.
Pass the turn.
All right. Chapter 2. Let's just get a Overgrown Tomb. Doesn't matter too much. So if that were to die on my side of the battlefield, I would draw 2 cards, right? If I claim it, right? That is not how that works.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would assume, but I wasn't positive. Okay, so I'll claim this. I'll attack. Take 3.
It's
Yep,
each
take 3.
aura you control, not enchantment, right?
Yeah, just each aura. All that glitters would trigger this, but it does not. Okay, so So I go to 17, you go to 19?
Yep. Top of Corey's deck after I thought season was perfect.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. So I also have an oven. I'll sack this to get a food. Draw 2 cards.
Come back to my hand from the Demonic Vigor.
Yep. Get a food. Then I'll just play a land tapped and pass to you.
Wait, Chad is saying Ross draws the cards because you don't control the auras is the thing. Also, Nick said to check the wording. Sometimes they fall off when another player takes
it. It says aura you controlled that was attached to it.
Oh.
These both say enchant creatures, so they're not going to fall off. So yeah,
okay,
so you don't actually draw. You don't draw any cards.
Oh, and you would draw them?
No, because I don't control.
That's a tricky interaction.
Whenever an enchanted creature dies.
No, Chad's saying nobody draws.
Yeah, because I don't control the Eidolon when it dies, so I don't draw it. But you don't control any of the auras, so you don't draw it.
Okay, yeah, I drew 2 cards, so I can just shuffle them in. These were these 2.
I mean, just skip. Yeah, like, do you know what order they were in?
No, I don't.
Yeah, then just shuffle.
All right. I'll
They were
shuffle
probably
these in.
horrible.
No, that was a Mayhem Devil. That would have been good. That would have been good. All right, perfect. That's
Thanks,
tricky
chat.
interaction.
We should have read the Hateful Eidolon more closely.
Okay.
So I have not drawn my card for turn.
Yep, perfect.
There's the third land.
So we found out what you don't know about Historic.
Yeah, I love that this is everything we know about Historic. And one thing we don't know. Arena tells me what happens there, and it's much easier, that's for sure.
Okay, it's a lot easier for me to use my mana efficiently by going like this. I get destroyed if Corey draws another removal spell, but, we'll take the risk. Hateful Eidolon, all that glitters on it.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
All right, so I could bring back the cat, but I want to do it with a Corvi here. So let's draw. I'm gaining some Death Touch. Now, what do we want to do first? Yeah, black and red is the mana that I'm going to want the most. So I'm going to play this. With the trigger on the stack, I'm going to sack the food for this, draw a card. And then I think I'm just going to sack a land, draw a card.
Yeah, even the oven was an incredible draw because you had the cat.
Yeah, the oven was pretty good too. And I do want to try to just find some more action, so I'm going to draw one more card.
Maybe another card.
And one more card.
And this is triggered twice.
Triggered twice, yep.
So you're going to be at 19, I'll be at 17?
Yep. 19, 17. Didn't hit any good action to play, so I will just play this and pass to you.
Heliod's Punishment, that thing. Kaya's Ghost Form, this thing.
Okay.
4 enchantment, so attack you for 5.
Attack for 5, eh?
Now this has 4 punishment or task counters.
Yep, and I can't tap it this turn because I just played it. Luckily, I still get the sack trigger when things die,
It
but
loses all abilities.
Oh yeah, okay. Well,
Don't get that.
That's not quite as good.
I read Heliod's Punishment.
Okay. Yeah, I will just take this then.
So taking 5, you go to 14, I go to 22.
Yep.
Okay, pass the turn.
All right. Oh, that's going to be a bit of a problem.
You have a blocker for it every turn.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
14 for Corey, 22 for me.
That's true, but the game was going to be a lot easier when I could just use that, believe it or
You
not.
have 6 cards in hand and a blocker that even prevents you from gaining a life. I don't see what the problem is here, Corey.
Whatever. I wanted to just destroy you, and instead I have to destroy you slower. So let's go like this. I have one of these and a Mayhem Devil as well, and then I'll pass to you. Admittedly, I didn't see that you didn't have any cards in hand. I suppose every time there's auras being played, I just assume you always have a Spirit Dancer or something, and you're drawing a million cards.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I guess you could, if you threw away your Corvold, you could deal with the Hateful Eidolon.
Yep.
I will attempt to escape the Sentinel's Eyes, leaving the Spirit Dancer in my graveyard.
Yeah, that's fine. Not too concerned about that. This cat blocking.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's a 6, 7. So attack for 7 with the Eidolon.
Block before damage sack.
Yeah. Where's the Devil Pig?
1 to you.
I'm at 21.
21. Yep.
Okay. I will buy the Luris. I will play the Swamp, and I'll pass the turn.
All right. End step. I'm going to sack the goat. 1 to you.
I'm at 20.
That's good, but not that good right now. But it'll probably be good enough. So we'll keep this on tap. Yeah, got you at 20. Draw. Now I have a priest, a woe strider, and a tapped land. Now I don't really want to attack. I'll tap this, and I'll just pass to you.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Yep. Yeah, because even if you play Luris, the whole plan is I'm just going to then sack to kill it. And
Corey, I can play these 2 creatures to prevent the priest from dealing with the Eidolon, but Corey can use the Mayhem Devil to kill these, before the priest trigger
and then priest to deal with that, even though you're going to draw a decent amount of cards. I honestly just probably don't even have to do that, and I can just start attacking and then sack whatever creature you actually block. But yeah, I think this draw changed the whole game there. That Phyrexian Tower was unbelievable.
If you just have like a blank turn there, or like play a woe strider or something like that, then I start drawing a bunch of cards. I'm gonna find ways to give my creatures evasion, and everything goes a lot more smoothly.
Yep, just drawn perfectly. AMA ask me anything except Hateful Eidolon interactions with enchantments. Don't ask me that. We've already proven that to start this show. So, all right, Rob, do you got any questions from our lovely audience here?
I do.
What do we got?
Sayus had one earlier. What's your line for whether your green deck wants Abundant Harvest? Is there a specific kind of deck that wants it?
So I think we're really in the learning process of this card. So I don't know for sure, but I easily could see us looking back to these times where, like, certain kind of like Gruul Aggro I've been seeing Abundant Growth pop up in, and I think that's really weird because it's a Gruul beatdown deck, But I could also see it being a point where we look back at this and be like, wait, is that a green deck that didn't play Abundant Growth? Because it is like the best cantrip we've ever seen in our, in the existence of Magic. So while it is hyper-aggressive decks seem like they don't want it, maybe this deck is supposed to have it. Because I'm guessing that's where you're getting at, Hesteus, is why don't I have it in here? And it's another deck that really wants to curve out, and it has a lot of 1-drops already. But I don't know. How do you feel about that card? That's a tough one for me to evaluate. Yeah. And don't forget your Luris.
The line to me goes to your point, and it's how valuable is your mana on the early turns of the game. Mm-hmm. Because you're almost always going to have a spare mana as the game goes long, right? Yeah. So it's how easily can you cast Abundant Harvest on the first 1, 2, 3 turns of the game without disrupting your normal game plan. Mm-hmm. And it's the hyper-aggressive decks where it's most disruptive to you, where you want to be playing 1-drops and 2-drops on the early turns. So they're not really interested in spending their mana on a spell that doesn't affect the battlefield on those early turns. Yeah. A deck like this is not as aggressive. It is proactive. It is trying to affect the battlefield, but I think it's a lot easier to fit in a spell like that. And it's also a nice card for assembling different synergies, because you're going to, wade through the lands that are on top of your deck when you're digging for a spell. It's going to more readily find, the Oven or the Cat to assemble that combo, find the Mayhem Devil in the matchup you needed, the Corvold in the late game.
It's essentially making your deck a 56-card deck.
I mean, I think even smaller.
Even smaller? Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of like a bauble effect, right? But it's a little bit of a supercharged bauble. When we're looking at modern, that's a way to make your linear combo decks just less cards, a higher chance of getting them. Even decks that don't play Emery, decks that don't bring back bauble, I've seen combo decks just play bauble just to make, the deck size essentially smaller. Is it the same thing with Abundant Growth, maybe?
There's a similar impact. Obviously, bauble costing 0,
is a factor.
Is a factor. But here, the big factor is the math on it is a little different. Like it's not a set number of cards that you look at the same way with an Opt or a Ponder or a Preordain. Mm-hmm. With Abundant Harvest, like sometimes you can find a card that's 6 cards down because you had 5 lands on top of your deck. Yeah. But sometimes you can't find a card that's 2 cards down because there's a spell above it, right? Yeah. And vice versa when you're digging for lands. I think you've got to try to evaluate it uniquely, and you can crunch some numbers. Like
massage the numbers.
Well, but you could calculate, given an N land a deck, 24 lands out of 60 cards. How, if you name non-land, how many cards on average are you going to look at? If you name land, how many cards on average are you going to look at? And then average that based on the fact that you're 40% land, 60% non-lands. Yeah. And that'll tell you on average how deep Abundant Harvest is going to look. And then you can sort of use that to roughly compare to other cantrips. Like, is that number greater than 2? So you're looking a little bit deeper than Opt. But then you also have the fact that Abundant Harvest is so consistent at what it does.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when that's what cantrips are trying to do. They're trying to increase your deck's consistency at the cost of a little bit of tempo.
Yeah.
You know, and Abundant Harvest gives you the best, most consistency of any cantrip we've ever seen. It always finds land or non-land when you need it.
Yeah.
By design. So that's where the card's power comes from. And I think it fits into decks like this. It really just doesn't fit into decks like Gruul.
Yeah, and the deck that I've been playing quite a bit is actually our teammate here, Brendan DeCanio, built a really cool Simic taking turn deck with Kefnet. And for Abundant Growth for Brainstorm, it just makes sense in that deck because Abundant Growth and Brainstorm help each other out a lot. You have 2 extra lands you want to put back, you name spell, then you've officially shuffled your deck like a fetch land, as well as Abundant Growth finding you on turn 1, maybe finding you that Key Explorer Growth Spiral you really need, or late game finding you one of these Time Walker Nissas. So it's like by far the best Abundant Growth deck I've seen. But I haven't played them in decks that don't seem like good Abundant Growth decks. So I would be interested to try it in this, though.
Yeah, I think it would work out reasonably well.
I think it would, too. I have to agree with you. All right, great question. But yeah, that brings up really interesting debates, I must say.
God. Why is Isolated Chapel in my deck? It always enters tapped. Just save yourself the money and put Orzhov Guildgate in your deck.
No. Just save yourself the time and put a Snarl in the deck, and then they're always tapped anyways, you know? Perfect.
Yeah, but the Guildgate's a lesser wild card. Everybody's got common wild cards, right?
That's true. Yep. We do want to help out with that wild cards, but...
I mean, it's a keep, but I once again have to decide whether or not I want to hope to hit a land that helps Chapel, and then I can curve out perfectly, or if I want to have 2 mana on turn 2, or just 1 mana on each of the first 2 turns.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to keep as well. It's not insane again, but I feel like a lot of Jund food hands don't look amazing, but then 3 turns later, you're like, oh, wow, you're helping me, you're helping this card, you're helping this card. You know, the deck just has so much synergy, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm gonna start the same way I did last game with 1 drop because I've got a pretty similar hand.
Okay.
It's a little awkward that I have to play this on the reverse
I'm gonna take 2 and play nothing past you. 18.
Okay, drew a plane, so that's awesome.
God, you're lucky.
I will Thoughtseize you.
Okay, I got a decent hand, but only 1 2-drop.
Yeah, let's take the Priest.
Okay.
That'll put me to 18. I'll attack you for 1. That'll put us at 19 all, and then I'll pass.
I'm at 17. I took 2.
Oh, you took 2. Sure.
Yep.
So 17.
Yeah, Rob, we're making you earn your lunch money today with this matchup. A lot of life gain, a lot of cat oven shenanigans. Really helping you out here. Okay, I'll play this and pass.
You know, make some new fetch lands just to make my life even harder.
Yeah.
Now we have a Chapel.
Hesteus mentions, the real question is when will the cowards at WotC finish the Allied Campus cycle so that every deck can update their guild gates?
Yes.
And I'm going to which one do I want to cartouche? I assume you're just going to be playing a Woe Strider.
Whoa, Strider.
I want to be aggressive. I'm going to cartouche the Hateful Eidolon. Get myself a... we don't have warrior tokens with vigilance, Rob?
No, we don't.
I'll use a Shaheen. I'll draw my card.
Okay.
And I'll attack for 2.
Yeah, I'm going to hold you at that cast because I did draw a good card. I'm thinking I still want to kill SRAM, but this would, of course, be in response to Cartouche actually landing on Hateful Eidolon. SRAM still seems like the more important card. Hateful Eidolon, it would stop you from getting in some damage here, but SRAM does seem more important, so we'll take care of that.
And then I'll get in for my 2. Okay. So you're at 15, I'm at 21?
Yep.
Pass the turn.
All right. I have a land and a Woe Strider, and I'll pass to you.
So I know you have land and binding?
Yes. Yep, you know these 2. Rebel.
Yeah, I'll buy Alaris and pass the turn.
Okay. Do I want to sack the goat? Probably not. Well, maybe, because I don't really want a binding any of this nonsense. So I would like a play. All right, I'll sack. I'll scry. I don't want that. Okay, cool. Well, not a great turn for me. Let's go with this. I got another oven, and I'll buy Giganta. Pass to you.
Okay, I like that.
Companion break.
I will attack for 2.
Okay. 13 to 23.
Yep. Not a trade that's good for Corey, so an easy attack to make.
Also a trade that's not a trade because it has first strike. But
Oh yeah, the cartouche does. Forgot about that part.
Yep.
I'll toss easy.
No.
So it's going to put me back down to 21. I mean, I can't imagine that I should care about the Giganta.
Not my elk.
So I guess I'll take the binding.
Yeah, makes sense.
And I'll just play these because I haven't drawn another aura this entire game.
Well, I'm terrified though.
Yeah, once the ball gets rolling, it's gonna roll real fast.
Yeah.
Just really need one aura.
Yeah, don't get it, please.
This is where Corey shows me the Shadows verdict that's somehow in his deck.
Yeah, I'll attack for 3.
I'll go to 18.
I get you at 20, right? You're at 23?
I went down to 21 from the Thoughtseize.
Oh, Thoughtseize, yep. Okay, so 18. Yeah, I'll play the elk. Pass to you.
You're up.
Good. Nice Auras deck. I'll draw. So 4 other cards, huh? So I could technically do some Woe Strider nonsense here by getting rid of Giganta. That does not seem very good, but I do want to get something going. I got a priest. I guess I would have to use this mana to cast this priest if I wanted to do that. Priest is not good here, I must say.
Pretty awful.
Yep.
About the worst I've ever seen Priest be against this deck.
Yeah, really, really true. Yeah, I just got to find something like Corval to go over the top here. Otherwise, I'm not winning this game. All right, I'm going to add 5 mana.
I was really hoping he was attacking.
No.
I could not have jump blocked fast enough.
Yeah, right. Draw a bunch of cards. So Priest. Then I'm going to sack Giganta to scry.
I assume we're floating like green, red, X.
Yeah, it doesn't pay for escape, so it doesn't really matter. Generic mana, right? It wouldn't? Maybe it would.
Yeah, so so you have to pay 1 from your lands for the Priest.
Oh, okay. So but I can't pay escape mana with that, huh? Oh, can pay generic. Yeah, okay, I can do that. All right.
So you can pay the black part of the escape.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. So yeah, I'm going to be using 3 mana for this. I'm going to sack to get a food. And then I am going to bring back Woe Strider.
You can't pay the 3 with the Giganta mana. You can pay the black.
Oh, okay.
You can only pay the colored mana.
Gotcha. So there we go.
So...
oh, wait, no, because I used the black twice, huh? Whatever, I have to take 2 then. I have to go to 11. Yeah, because I only have 1.
Well, you have 1, 2, 3 black mana here, and 4 from the Giganta. All you need is 3.
Yeah, but it only produces 1 black mana, so I can't use it to pay generic symbols, so I have to use it to pay black, so it only reduces it by 1.
Yeah, so you need 4 generic mana.
So I need 6 mana plus the Gigante. Yep.
So you're going to be at 11.
Yep. And then I'll get a goat. This is going to get some counters, and I will pass to you.
Okay, we did it.
No, this is the one. If we faded one more turn, maybe I had a chance, but.
So let's just load up on the Spirit Dancer, since that's going to get the biggest.
Yep.
So Angelic Gift there. We draw 2 off SRAM and Spirit Dancer, 1 off the gift.
Yep. And here's where we get to the garbage part of the game, chat. This is where I just get dumpstered.
Cartusha Solidarity, draw 2.
Yeah.
Myers Grasp, your Priest, draw 2.
In response, I'll sack it to Scry. Yep. And this card was going to be good enough when you didn't have all this going on, but now I think I need like Corvold into maybe Claim or something. I think these are my outs.
Kaya's Ghost Form, the Spirit Dancer, draw 2.
Okay. I hate everything.
Then, so now this gets +6 +6. This is 7.
Okay. Vigilance.
Yeah. This is first strike, not vigilance.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Remember, we went over that earlier.
All right, so I take just a nice 7?
Yeah, 7. Puts you to 4.
All right.
Then I'll pass the turn with 6 cards in hand.
I guess I will sack Brad here to help out. I don't want this pathway, believe it or not. I'm an untap. Look at my card, sigh, cast an oven, and scoop them up. Yeah, if you didn't draw an aura that turn, I at least had Man Devil on top. Start sacking some food. I can at least
start
kill
controlling my
stuff.
Battlefield while it's still small.
I still think I would have lost. I still think I was quite behind in that exchange, but
I think if I brick 2 more turns, then you're starting to look good.
Yeah.
One more turn, you got a shot.
Yeah.
Instead, it was 0 turns, and you had no chance.
Yep. Absolutely got dumpstered. So really close games of Magic so far, y'all. I know you've been at the edge of your seat to see who's won these nail biters. So
shuffle the Luris in again.
Good job. Well, he finds the Luris. We're going to find what we have in our sideboard for each other's matchups here. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on Versus Live. All right, everybody. Welcome back to sideboarding here on Versus Live between Jun, Food, and Orzhov Auras. From my end, I'm taking out Binding the Old Gods. It's just a little too slow. Upgrading for some cheaper removal. And then just trimming around the edges a little bit. 1 Woe Strider, 1 of the Trails, 1 Oven, because I'm a coward and I don't know which one I want to take more out of. Yeah.
And I'm expecting Corey to bring in a lot more disruption and have a bunch more removal.
Really, because it's face up, you don't have to expect it too hard.
And when that's the case in these decks, cards like Thoughtseize get a lot worse. You know, the situation happens a lot more often where you Thoughtseize them and see 2 removal spells, and it doesn't really matter which one you take.
Yep.
And you would have rather spent that mana insulating yourself against whichever one they're going to cast.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm going to be doing, cutting Thoughtseizes and bringing in some interaction myself. Deadweight can help deal with early priests. Clear away a blocker, deal with the Woe Strider so you don't have a sack outlet for your claim, things like that. Obviously very good with Luris. And then Heliod's Punishment is the best answer we have to Corvold, which is your way of going over the top.
Yep.
And without that way of going over the top, I'm actually pretty well equipped to play a long game and grind through all of your removal.
Yeah.
So I like the ability to do that. I want to give myself every opportunity to do that. So answering your high-end threats is a part of it.
Yep, agreed. And I'm just kind of like rethinking here. This is a really tricky way to sideboard from both sides. I'm just thinking now, like I brought in an answer to Heliod's Punishment in Rexage. Binding is that answer for Heliod's Punishment as well. So I think this is just better. I actually do want to keep in like 2. I'm actually going to trim 1 more Mayhem Devil. I don't think that is really the most important card here. I think Binding for Heliod's Punishment could be a way that I slip through. Plus, at worst, it's just an expensive removal spell. I actually think Binding might just be okay.
Oh, we'll see about that.
We will see about that, Mr. Merriam. We will.
Right now.
Coming up.
That we're playing.
Stay tuned for more action.
From Versus Live.
Yeah, and honestly, I woke up today and I'm like, okay, there's one small chance that I have for winning this show, because this whole season, maybe even the last 2 seasons, Ross has kind of had my number. We've been pretty streaky, I've went on streaks, you went on streak, but you've been doing great lately. But the Jazz have not been.
I've had your number for a while, though. It's in my phone right here.
That's true. But the Jazz did not.
If anybody wants it, it's 540.
Whoa. You don't know my number by heart. I'll call your bluff on that all day.
I know.
You don't even know what car I drive, and we picked you up plenty of times.
I don't know what car
What numbers on the phone pad spell out Yorian? That'll be in there somewhere.
Yeah.
I think I know 3 numbers by heart, and it's 3 direct family members.
Yeah, that's about it. Okay, well, our hand is incredibly risky. Like, this is a little bit too much for a Corey keep, unfortunately. I think I got to mulligan this one.
This is the 3rd straight game where I've had Pathway Chapel.
Yes. Hey, my mana base was a little bit worse, though, Ross. That's my only black. Okay, worked out.
I'm still going to keep this. It's a fine hand. I think that this is...
You're on the draw now.
Well, this is a hand where I'm going to lead with Chapel, though. I'm going to sequence it differently.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to keep this. And I think I just had to put away the expensive card here, even though it is indeed my best card. But, you know, hopefully I draw one later, and I just need early interaction against this deck. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this and pass to you.
Yeah, I'll play Isolated Chapel and pass.
Okay. All right, I'll play this and pass.
I will play 2 Hateful Eidolons.
That's pretty hateful.
Pass the turn. Which one do you want to Fatal Push?
Yeah, I don't even know if I really want to. Probably have to. Yeah, all right.
Got him.
Got him good. All right. Let's go with a priest, and I'll pass to you.
Myers grasp your priest.
Response. That combo is disgusting. We know that from Limited. I don't know if you did a lot of that Limited with that. It is spicy. Okay, so I have a Woe Strider.
Get a goat.
Yeah, I was just thinking if I want to leave this untapped or not for like wanting to sack something of mine in response. I don't think it matters too much, so I'll just go like this.
Okay, drew the land we wanted. I'll shock myself to 18.
Okay.
I will play a SRAM.
Okay.
I will attempt to Kai's Ghost form it and trigger it.
Yep.
I'll pass the turn.
All right, I'll sack to Scry. Don't
Successfully baited the Fatal Pushes with these Hateful Eidolons. Now I can start drawing a bunch of cards.
Yeah, but baited is one word for it because I kind of had to kill it,
Yeah.
you know?
It was good bait.
Yeah. It was good bait. I will. Good bait, good beats. All right, I got a claim. Get that guy's ghost form off there. I'll attack for 5.
I will go to 13.
Yep. And now I'm going to sack to Scry. Don't want that. And I'll buy Giganta. Pass to you. I don't feel good about this. I had to put our big spell on the bottom, and I would have loved to play that this turn.
I am going to play SRAM and Myers Grasp the Woe Strider draw card.
Okay.
Then I'll pass the turn.
Okay. A draw. All right, I'm going to play this and bring back Woe Strider. Pass to you.
Okay. I'll play Core Spirit Dancer.
Okay.
I will Cartouche the Spirit Dancer, draw 2.
Okay. I'm so dead.
Okay. I'll take 3, go to 10.
Okay.
for this Agademe. And I will, all that glitters, the Spirit Dancer, draw. If you claim it, I'm going to get to chump block at least. Like, how do I want to diversify? Because the all that glitters is going to...
And this falls off with claim as well, just a heads up.
Yeah. This will get bigger with the sort of small auras that don't pump, and then the all that glitters will pump something else to be pretty helpful. Though at this point it's not, because the 1/1 only becomes a 3/3, so it still can't block the Woe
I think you should
Strider.
put it on the Woe Strider. I agree.
So maybe I should just put it on the SRAM and have a 4/4.
Yeah.
Then if you take the SRAM, I still control the all that glitters, so it's still big.
Yeah, Jund really fell out of favor a lot because everybody was targeting it like crazy for League Weekend and the Keltime Championship. So it's like that was the kind of only thing that players were doing for those events is I'm bringing a deck that beats Jund. That's it, Yeah. So there's a lot of blue-white, there was a lot of auras and stuff, and I think Jund is just becoming underpowered in Historic. I wanted to check in and see how it's doing, and I just feel like I'm not doing as good of things as...
I'm going to put it on the SRAM. I really just want to chump block the Woe Strider next turn with me at 10.
Okay.
I think if I hadn't drawn the Agademe, if I'd drawn any other land, I'd be more willing to start pumping the token and be a little bit more diversified, but I want to protect my life total a bit.
Okay.
So we'll draw 2 off of that, and then pass the turn.
So how big is that core Spirit Dancer?
It is a 3/4.
A 3/5, right?
3/5, sorry.
Okay, 3/5 first striker?
Yep.
Okay.
I got a 3/5, a 4/4, and a 1/1.
Okay.
Really just hoping not to see claim.
Yeah. All right, I have a Mayhem Devil. And I'm going to sack to Scry, deal 1 to that.
Yeah.
Do not want that card. And then I'm going to attack for 5.
Okay, I'll attempt the trade.
Okay, attempt works. And then I will pass to you. Yeah, Orzhov Aura is just looking really strong still.
Okay, let's play a SRAM.
Okay.
Play a core Spirit Dancer.
Okay.
Shock myself with his Godless Shrine, go to 8.
Okay.
And Heliod's Punishment, the Mayhem Devil, 3 triggers.
Yeah, sure.
Draw 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will attack for 3.
Okay, 17.
Pass the turn. First damage I've dealt.
Down to 3.
Didn't you just play the Mayhem Devil?
You're right, I did. Yeah, I'm dead. I just have a Giganta.
Okay. Yeah, I've gotten all the glitters. I drew another punishment too in case you found a Corvold, which is the one thing I was scared about making this play.
Yeah, that is what I had to put on the bottom for my mulligan. It was like 3 lands, Woe Strider, Claim, Fatal Push, and like Corvold is like really what I needed this whole time. And just wasn't able to do it. And without Corvold, the deck just doesn't feel like I'm doing insane things. But with Corvold, it is insane, right? I mean, that Cat Oven Corvold synergy is disgusting. But otherwise, just didn't look great. I think we got time for at least a pity game here. You're going to be taking down this first match, but unless you just would like to move on.
Yeah, why don't we move on and get to the new stuff? This is a bit of the old stuff. I do think the Orzhov Auras deck is still just very good. It's so redundant. The fact that you have SRAM and core Spirit Dancer, I even drew a little awkwardly in some of the games where I drew too many of those creatures. Yeah. But that's fine because that means as soon as you draw an aura, the ball starts rolling.
And there's certain matchups where you don't have that time. And there's certain situations even in this matchup where you wouldn't have time, but the way it played out, I didn't put on enough pressure. Your Hateful Eidolons lock down the ground because you're drawing 2 cards because you have 2 Eidolons and 1 cartouche on it. So you would draw 2 cards if you chump block, and then you're going to find an aura, and then the game's over. So you effectively lock down the ground as well with that. So yeah, honestly, I'm glad we're getting out of this matchup. I've had enough Heliod's Punishment for one round here. So All right, everyone, that's going to do it for the first round. We're going to take a short 5-minute break. Ross is up 1-0. I'm going to win the next 2 matches, though. I'm feeling it. You know, it's been a trend every time the Jazz lose that I usually win versus live. And every time the Jazz win, Ross comes in here just all the confidence in the world. He's drawing exactly what he needs. So that's my only hope. We're going to take a short 5-minute break and we'll be right back here with Versus Live. All right, everybody, welcome back to Versus Live. My name is Corey Baumeister.
And I'm Ross Merriam.
And we got Rob in the booth. Say what's up, Rob.
What's up, Rob?
Rob will be taking all your questions, comments, concerns, and burns. In the chat, make sure to tag at Star City Games, and he will get his favorite ones sent over to us, and we'll do the best to answer them. So we are continuing to play some Historic now. Really, after the format's starting to get refined, we've seen 2 or 3 tournaments out there. I've even played a couple tournaments. I've done some arena laddering. People are starting to really try some new stuff, and now the main thing is people are starting to try the already existing good shells and upgrade them. And that's how we find just true powerhouses of the set. So I don't know if this deck that I'm playing is a powerhouse, but Zan Saeed, awesome Magic player from the SCG Tour, built up and has been kind of championing this deck. And honestly, Zan's usually on top of, or has been on top of, some really powerful decks before. Like, I remember I just got a year notification of E-League where I went on a tear for day 1, and I played a Zan Saeed deck where it was like Fires of Invention, Yorion as your companion, and a bunch of stuff to blink. It wasn't quite the Luca shell, but it was the building blocks to Jeskai Luca. And that deck ended up being insane. I think this deck is on the cutting edge as well. This is going to be Teamer Phoenix. Is it Phoenix? But you get to play Abundant Growth or Abundant Harvest. Abundant Harvest seems really insane to me. Outside of that, we're really not playing many green cards at all. In fact, yeah, this is the only green card, but it is so powerful in an is it strategy, because how many times have you been being like, okay, I just need to opt into 1 spell and then it's over? What if you opt into 1 spell every time, no matter what?
Yeah,
or, it seems great.
Yeah, when you're playing heavy cantrips, you're doing it to find consistency. Abundant Harvest is the best, most consistent cantrip they've ever printed. Might not be the most powerful, but it certainly provides that base value of consistency more so than any other.
Yeah, what would the other one be? Preordain? Would that be the best? Or
yeah, Preordain or Ponder probably.
Or Brainstorm? Do we think it is above these cards?
I mean, Brainstorm with fetch lands is obviously above it.
True. But
Brainstorm's power is so dependent on fetch lands, and we've seen it without fetch lands, and it's not as good.
And Preordain does kind of do the same. Like, if you need a land or a spell, most of the time, looking at 3 cards is probably going to yield you that. So it feels like a very similar card to Preordain, but in ways better, in ways worse,
Yeah, I would say Preordain and Ponder are probably a little bit better late, Abundant Harvest a little bit better early.
Yep.
And so you got to weigh those against each other. But in this deck, obviously quite good. And it's another awesome card to target with Dreadhorde Arcanist, which is a key threat in Zan's build. Not one I'm a big fan of in Phoenix decks.
I'm usually not either, but I wanted to give it a shot.
But with Abundant Harvest, it's obviously still a powerful card, and he's having a lot of success with the list. I remember I was in his stream for a little while the other day, was watching him play with it. Deck looked very good.
Yep, exactly. And man, you know what I miss saying, like, oh yeah, this was an innovative deck from Team Lotus Box. Team BCW brought this deck last week to the Open. That's just me getting nostalgic here. I really have no point where I'm going with this, but I miss tournaments where we've got to be like, okay, let's try this Lotus Box deck against 3 other decks and see if it was really good or not.
Well, what do we think they're playing? Let's make sure we're prepared for it.
Exactly. Yeah, metagame for that team every single time, because BCW was coming for you. They were coming. Lotus Box might have been the best team before.
Yeah, with their walkers.
Yeah.
We might be coming slowly, but we're still coming, Rob.
Walking our way all the way to the top, Rob.
We'll get there eventually.
Rob, was that a question from someone? Or I don't remember prompting to you for that. Did you prompt him?
The birds are supposed to come from the audience, Rob.
Yes.
You're supposed to be on our side.
Unreal the working conditions that we're dealt with here.
Well, we're going to have Dan in here for the next show.
What are you going to be playing against?
Guess there's no verses on Thursday then.
Yeah.
I'm going to be playing what, in my estimation, is the fun police of the historic format.
Okay.
And this is Gruul Aggro,
Okay.
a deck that, again, has been around a little bit, and we saw do quite well over the last 2 weeks. And I think it's because people are trying to break these Mystical Archive cards. And the decks, things like Simic Taking Turns, these different combo decks with Mizzix's Mastery, have fallen victim to things like Dimir Rogues with memory lapses and cheap counter spells. And Gruul is very good against both those kinds of archetypes. Both archetypes are ones that allow the Gruul deck to get underneath them and close the game out. Scavenging Ooze has risen in value because of things like Arclight Phoenix, so that'll be a key interaction here. The deck is just consistent and powerful and good, and those kind of decks are always fly under the radar when everyone's looking at the really flashy stuff.
Yep, agreed. And yeah, that has got to be the fun police, though. That blue-black Rogues deck, I think we can just call it fairies at this point. You know, it is blue-black fairies from back in the day. Won another tournament. Utah won originally. I think it's basically won every tournament, and it's been the most played deck. Like, it was like 16% of the last big tournament. So that deck is still strong and still what I would be playing, but we're not playing it today because we do want to bring in some new stuff. All right, how's your hand?
Not good enough here. If it's a one lander, if I hit a second land, the hand's okay, but it's got 2 questing beasts in it, so those are going to sit around for a while.
Okay.
Oh my god. I was going to draw land into second Burning Tree Emissary.
Oh god.
I was going to miss my third land drop, but my first 2 turns were going to be really good.
Fair enough. And I think I'm going to keep, this is, we have some good spells. It's not necessarily a super flashy Arclight draw, which, I think these Phoenix decks and Gruul share like one trait. There's Phoenix draws and then there's Burning Emissary draws where they're just like, they don't look like real games of Magic. They're disgusting. And so both decks have a super high ceiling. But here, I think this deck is definitely just slowing down more. I am a teamer value deck that can win with this Arclight stuff, but for the most part, I'm a teamer mid-range-ish control deck, so I think this hand is fine to keep.
Yeah, what people have to you got to get out of your head, even with Faithful Suiting, you're not going to get a deck that approximates the power of the modern version because you don't have Manamorphose, and that's the card that really sped you up.
And because you built that deck, right? So, I mean, that's, you can't say any deck's going to be good as that.
It's Manamorphose.
Yeah.
Manamorphose is what allowed you to go, turn 2, free spell, cantrip, Faithful Suiting, 2 Phoenixes on turn 2.
Yeah.
It's what allowed you to play turn 2 Thing in the Ice and threaten to transform it on turn 3, sometimes discarding a Phoenix or 2.
Yeah.
Along with things like Thought Scour that could just mill a Phoenix and lead to some nut draws that way. You just don't have any of that going on.
And Gutshot was a big thing too, the free spell. Gutshot or Surgical when that deck was just the best deck by so much that people were just main decking Surgical and stuff too.
Yeah. So, you got to... You got to take that into account. These are decks that are, the best case scenario for them is probably double Phoenix on turn 3.
Yeah.
Whereas in Modern, I've had triple Phoenix on turn 2. That was really fun.
Yeah.
My opponent...
Well, to be fair, on turn 3, you could put in 4 Phoenixes. That's definitely possible. But...
It's definitely possible, but not likely.
Yeah.
Oh, God. This is not a good hand.
Yeah, I played Gruul in the only historic event I played as well. And I did a medium 3 and 2, and it didn't feel great to me. And then I started talking to people, and they're like, yeah, Gruul is really, really bad. But then it, wins tournaments, So I don't know if I totally agree.
This list also comes courtesy of Paulo Vitor Dama de Rosa.
Oh, yeah. That fish?
Hard to go wrong there. I'm going to start on a Kazandu Valley.
Okay.
I drew just about the worst card possible.
Yeah, I'm not drawing great either, so I got a Botanical Sanctum and I'll pass.
Okay, there's a forest, and I will play a Pelt Collector and pass.
Okay.
Doesn't have a removal spell.
I have another Botanical and a Sorcery Speed removal. And pass to you.
Well, that's a little awkward. I guess I have to play the Scavenging Ooze.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
All right, I have another pillar.
I'll exile the other one.
Okay. That's exiled.
Yeah.
And now, what other land do I want to play? Actually, I just think I'm going to play this and pass to you. The draw hasn't been too great so far.
I will play a Questing Beast.
All right, I got a memory lapse for that.
Pass the turn.
Okay, that was not an awful draw.
Arclight Phoenix attack.
Yeah. It's not that good. I got a Royal Scions.
Okay.
So I'm gonna tick up, draw. Oh yeah, that was a good one. I'll discard this. I will brainstorm.
Yep.
Wow. Oh, that was awful. I'll put these back, play this, and pass to you.
That's the Fabled Passage.
Yep.
Let's play Hash of Oasis, Leave of the Mountain. Replay
Okay.
QB.
Okay.
Attack you for 4.
You don't want to attack Royal Scions?
I think I'll do both instead.
Okay.
Put you to 16. Scions will go to 2, and then I'll pass.
All right. My brainstorm was 3 lands. Luckily, I got to put one of them back. Or I got to put them back.
You got 2 in hand over here?
Yep. All right. So I got this. Still feeling okay, though. Still got a decent hand. Just wish that would have been a little better. All right. Draw.
Discard a Phoenix. Ooh, doesn't have a Phoenix.
Okay. I thought this card was worded a little differently. Give me 1 second here. We got a reader.
We've thought that a lot today.
Okay. So I can still discard this. No, I'm going to
Play Abundant Harvest.
cast a brainstorm.
Another Brainstorm. Okay. This is a Abundant Harvest set up by a Brainstorm? Is that what's going on here?
Who knows? Ooh,
Well, you know.
This is spicy.
But you refuse to tell me.
That is true.
Like a jerk.
That is true. Wow. Okay. So I got a lot of things I can do here.
Liar.
Yeah, I guess I'm kind of lying. So I have to put 2 back.
That's how Brainstorm works.
Stop rushing me.
Look, Corey's never played Legacy before.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, you guys remember the time that I cast Brainstorm on this show?
It's hard for me to say anything. I've taken a 5-minute Brainstorm on camera, so...
Have you really?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to put these on top.
The judge told me to hurry up, so I asked him for the Oracle text on a card to get myself another minute.
Wow, that sounds like cheating. That just sounds like blatant cheating. All right, pass to you.
I wanted the Oracle text on the card.
Okay. Ross, clip that and get him banned. Mid versus live so I can win this show. That's the level of petty we have. That's the level of competitiveness and petty we have.
Is that the DCI here knocking at the door?
Yeah. The DCI police. Let me make sure I put that in the right order. Yep, sorry. I wanted that in the opposite order.
Kind of feel like there's some sort of answer to this QB. Maybe a petty theft here. So I'm going to play a Gruul Spellbreaker.
Okay.
I will give it haste.
Okay.
I'm going to send QB at you and Spellbreaker at the Royal Scions.
Okay. Yeah, nice play, you jerk.
Thanks, I made it myself.
All right, I have this.
Blitz.
Yeah, I was reading. I thought usually they're exile as well, but this one is just cards in your graveyard.
You got there just barely, like
just
a jerk.
Barely, like a
so
jerk.
we've thrown away the...
I'm thinking I throw it away. This is just during your turn, right?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to throw it away.
Okay, I'll play a Land of Werewolves.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
A draw. And...
Only 2 cards left in the hand.
Yep. You're very astute. All right, so I have Arcanist.
Yep. So maximize velocity.
Maximize velocity. Which is quite good right now. So I can attack and just blitz this, which seems pretty sweet. I can also pump with Royal Scions, but I think I do want to draw discard here. Okay.
You just want to mill a card rather than deal 2 damage.
Yeah, so I am gonna blitz this and then draw a discard. Pass.
Oh, you knew that from the brainstorm?
Yeah.
I was going to say, you did that so quickly, so casually.
You still have a good play here that I can't really do much about, and that is to kill Royal Scions, but...
Yeah, but do I want to do it in this other way? I think that seems better. Does cost me 2 damage, but I'm still at 20. Yeah, I'll go to 18.
Okay.
Attack the Royal Scions and cleave.
Okay.
So I'll still do the 4. Now the cleave's in play. I've got so many haste creatures.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it leaves me to be able to hash up Oasis, a cleaved creature later on.
Yeah.
Corey does have another pillar here to deal with the Llanowar Elves, though.
Yeah, I do have a pillar. I drew an interesting one, I guess. I don't know, I guess probably not that good. So I maybe just want to draw some cards. Like, I don't care too much about 4 damage. You can Oasis it, and then it's 10 damage, though, and I probably should care about that. So with that being the case... Yeah, let's attack and just pillar this. Put you to 17?
Yep.
And pass to you?
17 to 16. Yeah, I'll Shatter Skull the Dreadhorde for 3.
Okay.
That's the turn.
Pretty good. Okay, I will start with a Faithless Looting.
Yeah, this will be a Phoenix turn for sure then.
Yep.
Even if Corey has all lands, he can flashback the looting. Oh, you can't cast the Velocity.
Can't
because
cast
there's no
that, so yeah.
So you need to find a spell in the top 4 cards.
Yep.
Yeah, discard Pillar, so certainly has it.
Yep. Well, I can't cast. Oh, yeah, I guess you can go to the face. But I have the Abundant Harvest. I'll go non-land.
Trying to hit another Phoenix here.
Yeah.
It's another looting. So now we'll see the flashback looting.
Yeah, I suppose that's always better, huh?
Yeah. I'll leave you a spell in your hand.
Yep. Okay. Flashback looting. Draw 2. Discard. And let's discard this one. And caw-caw! The beautiful birds.
I'm at 11.
Rob, thanks for giving us the prettiest of Arclight Phoenixes, too.
Need a creature this turn.
Yeah, Gruul Spellbreaker seems like your best draw.
That one's not so good.
Okay.
We'll play Pelt Collector and equip it, though.
Okay.
That's the turn.
Okay.
Yeah, it's...
I don't think I die next turn to any of your top decks, so I think I can just try to maximize my velocity.
Do you have the Crackling Drake?
No. I'll just start with the Faithless Looting.
Yep.
I'll discard 2 lands, attack for 6.
I'm a 5.
And play an Arcanist past you. So Arcanists actually have not felt too bad. You know, I'm not as all in on a Phoenix deck, but I think this is the right direction to go. So kudos to Zan. This seems pretty sweet so far.
Brawler would have been better last turn, though the Arcanista would have let you live, because this would have been 4, 5, 8 from the Oasis doubled to 16. So if prevent any damage would have been fine.
Yeah, it's not a bad draw since it does pump this +4, I guess, but yeah, you're only dealing 12 here.
Yeah, this will be a 2, 3, 6 is 12. Yeah. I needed one more turn. The second Phoenix was key. I think with just one Phoenix, I'm in good shape.
Yeah, I had a removal spell, which would have helped, but yeah.
One Phoenix and a removal spell is probably good enough too.
Yeah, this looks sweet so far.
Did you have 6 mana? Could you have gone Axe and then Axe from the graveyard?
I only had 5.
Okay.
Yeah, but you can just discard. No, you cannot discard when you play it from the yard, right?
You can't. It's an addition. You have to discard. It's an additional cost.
Okay.
So
or you can pay.
It depends how Arcanist is worded.
Yeah.
Because Arcanist is a cast though.
Yeah.
If it's a cast, that's how I think it's worded. And if it is worded that way, then you do have to discard. It's an additional cost.
But as an additional cost, discard or pay 5. But of course, I can just never pay 5. So yeah. So I would have to discard or it just.
But if you had 6 mana, you draw a card for turn, play it for 6 mana, then play it from the graveyard, discarding, and you get 2 of them.
You'd actually need 7, right? Because it's an additional 5.
So it's 6 total. Normally costs 1.
6 to cast it with the additional cost once, and then you need to pay 1 from the yard, right?
Arcanist.
Not with Arcanist. Never mind. Yeah. It's my first time casting Arcanist. Yeah. No, Arcanist is still my favorite card in Historic, but it's in the Rakdos shell, which we're going to get to from my end a little bit later, which actually took down another one of the events in the form of Luis Salvato.
Yeah.
And I still remember commentating the set championship. I can't remember which tournament. But where he made the top 8, he was just crushing, Brad, Seth, everybody that I was on the testing team with just for practice, for coverage. And they all played Sultai and just ignored that deck, literally said it was a joke. And I'm like, that's all I was playing because I was just having so much fun. And then Salvato was proving me right and just did some dominating of that event.
Yeah, guess he knew something they didn't.
Yeah. And I think it's just his pet deck that he loves, and he's extremely talented at it. So I love that Historic is bringing that aspect of Magic back, where like you have that in Modern, right? Like people are certain specialists, and Historic, the card pool is getting deep enough that it feels like you can do that again.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep this hand. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, me too.
Gonna need some help, but I will start on a Shatter Skull tapped.
Okay. All right. I have this, and I'll pass to you.
I will play a Mountain. I will play Burning Tree Emissary.
Yep.
Make red-green. Play Voltaic Brawler.
Okay.
Get 2 energy and pass the turn.
All right, not bad. End step, I'll Brainstorm. Yeah, every time I played Gruul, it's always Burning Tree Emissary, stop targeting you, like... Okay. So, what are we going to want to do next turn? Next, that is a pretty big attack, but maybe I just don't really care about it yet. Maybe I should care. That's really tough. Not what to put back, to be honest. Just trying to map out my next turn. I think my options are between these 3 cards. And I'm just wondering if I want to go for a little bit more of a risk or play this conservatively. I think I like a little bit of a risk here. All right. I'll play an Arcanist past you.
Slam, pay an energy with a Brawler.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll take it.
Taking 6, go to 14.
Yep.
Corey here playing around a Stomp by not blocking that Emissary, in case you were wondering.
Yep.
And I'll pass the turn.
Okay, and I bet you had it. Okay, so I have a pillar here. And then I will attack, Brainstorm.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. What don't I want? Rob, can you do me a favor? Do I have a forest in this list?
No.
Okay, thank you. Put that one back, and I'll put this one back. Don't really want that. Yeah, that looks good. Then I will play a Fabled Passage, and I will pillar Burning Tree.
Interesting.
Yeah. What? What's so interesting? Pass to you.
You're up.
That is an interesting play on your part. I will agree.
Maybe I was supposed to mulligan. Like, I had a 3-drop in case I drew, even if I didn't draw a green source. I still had a 3-drop if I drew any land. And
you were on the draw?
yeah, I was on the draw.
I'd snap that off.
If I drew a green source, I had another thing here.
Yeah.
I've just
I'd snap it off.
3 straight uncastables.
Some people wouldn't, but I for sure would snap it off.
Oh yeah, I 100% know you would. I want to know what a reasonable person's.
Oh yeah, what an actual smart human would do.
Yeah.
Well, I do need this, but it's not great for this turn. But I will still take it. I will opt again. Yeah, sure. I will play a Sanctum. I'll attack and opt again. No. And pass to you.
I'm a 19.
Okay. This deck is gas.
Pass the turn.
All right. Close game here. Okay, now let's go with Abundant Growth, non-land. I'll take a memory lapse. I will attack an Abundant Growth for non-land. I'll take that. These go to the bottom, right?
Yep.
Take 1.
18.
And then I'll take 2. Play Yold Crackles.
Brings you to 12.
And 7 cards. Pass to you. I just keep drawing cards all the time. Yeah, Arcanist with a Abundant Harvest is pretty nice. That's kind of disgusting. And there's going to be situations where, like, you play this on 2, you don't have a third land, you Abundant Harvest for a land, and now that you have your land, then the second one you go for non-land. That's nice.
Yeah, I'll stomp you on the instep.
All right, I'm at 10. Yeah, and my turn 2 play was like I could have played Arcanist or just double pillared. That was my whole choice of the game. But yeah, you just got gruled. That hand is still probably pretty good.
Yeah. Not beating that one.
Yeah, not beating that one. All right, everyone. That is going to do it for our pre-board game so far. Phoenix looking quite strong. Gruel stumbling a little bit there. And Ross he keeps every hand. You know, and we really got to talk to him about it. It's kind of a problem. I'm like, dude, just mulligan. You know, I mean, like, you can just mulligan hands. So,
we're going to take a short break and do some sideboarding and then finish up this match between Gruel Aggro and Teamer Phoenix. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Versus Alive, where we are sideboarding in our matchup between Gruel Aggro and Teamer Phoenix. On my side of things, I want to bring in some collected companies to help grind through Corey's wealth of removal. I also like the additional scavenging ooze, obviously, against Phoenix. I'm trying to bring in a few Abrades as well.
Okay.
To answer early Dreadhorde Arcanists. Can also potentially tempo out an Arclight Phoenix that is trying to play defense. You don't want too many reactive cards in a matchup like this because Corey's deck is well set up to just play a long game and grind with Dreadhorde Arcanist, Arclight Phoenix blocking, Crackling Drake.
Yep.
And you're just going to find so much removal over the course of the game as well. So I'm not bringing in things like Magma Spray, which they're good. It's good against Phoenix, but nothing else.
Yeah.
I'm not bringing in Grafdigger's Cage, good against Phoenix, nothing else. You just can't bring in stuff that is that narrow. A Braid is already borderline because it's pretty narrow, not dealing with Drake. The card I would really love in this matchup is Redcap Melee. 1 mana deals with Drake, deals with Arcanist, and can kill a Phoenix if need be.
Cage does deal with Arcanist and Faithless Looting from the flashback. You know, maybe that's worth it. But when you're bringing in Collected Company, that's also awkward. You know, but.
I always think that things are templated where like Exiles and Cast now.
Yeah, no, Arcanist, it does shut down the ability of Arcanist and flashback of looting. Okay. So I think it is a little bit better.
Shutting down Arcanist makes it good enough. And I think if I'm bringing in Cage, I can't bring in Company.
Yeah, I think that seems better for you. I should have just shut my mouth because I'd rather not play against Cage. But,
And if I'm doing that, I don't want as many Abrades.
Okay.
So I'm gonna cut an Abrade, leave in a Bonecrusher Giant, I guess.
Okay.
These are just the worst creatures. Oncard Crasher is the worst because it's 3 mana and dies to all of Corey's 1 mana spells.
Yep.
And then Bonecrusher Giant is not very good when Stomp isn't very good, and Stomp is not very good in this matchup.
Yep, exactly. And Pillar is quite good against you. Ashcroft Crasher is definitely for aggressive matchups a little bit more. So from my end, we're bringing in Sweltering Sun and Gust. These are definitely for aggressive matchups. You do have Questing Beasts, and your creatures can get large, but for the most part, this is going to deal with a lot of your creatures. Gust is obviously insane. And then a Braid for any cages or just early removal. Taking out Memory Lapse, this is the only one I just think maybe shouldn't be in the deck. It always felt a little weird to me when I was looking over it, but I wanted to try it as Zan had it. And it was decent at times, but it doesn't seem insane to me.
Definitely an awkward card for a deck like Phoenix to play. You don't want that many counter spells. And
then we're taking out the one Royal Scion, even though we did see it be quite good that last game. If I'm on the play, I'd probably bring this back in. Taking out one Brainstorm because Ross told me to, and then taking out the one Maximize Velocity because that kind of gimmicky stuff is a lot better against slower matchups and stuff. So.
And you just don't have room for that stuff when you're bringing in a bunch of interaction.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to shuffle up for this third game here in round number 2. But Rob, do you got any questions?
You had a question. Do you think that this deck could also play Growth Spiral?
No, for a couple of reasons. You really want to value 1-mana cantrips, and we don't play a ton of lands. Like, once you hit your 5th land, you just never want to play another one. You hold them to discard them, and sometimes 4th, 5th is kind of even that extra one. So, yeah, not really a Growth Spiral deck.
Yeah, you're also not accelerating into much of anything. Like turn 2 Growth Spiral, turn 3 Crackling Drake is
just because we have Simic colors within our deck. Think of this deck as a Rakdos Arcanist deck more than a Simic Turns deck, even though we're playing Brainstorm and Abundant Harvest. It's really trying to feel a lot more like Temur Delver, Rakdos Arcanist, those kind of style of decks, just a different color. So I would view it anyways.
Gotta keep another mediocre hand.
This last card, save the day there, Rob. I'll keep.
I've got a Llanowar Elves on turn 1 this game, so that's nice.
Okay. You mean you had a Llanowar Elf on turn 1? I'll pillar it. Past you.
Yeah, that's what I expected. Burning Tree Emissary, go.
Oh, the even better. Burning Emissary, go. All right, I got this and an Arcanist. Past you.
Go.
I'm just
going to leave the camera on Ross, just progressively tilting.
Good call.
Like, I obviously drew land with this hand when I needed spells.
Yeah, so you're loving Gruul? Yeah, that was my experience with Gruul in my tournament before, too. I was just having an awful time. I just got punished there. Yeah, pretty punished on that. So we'll put these back. Oops. And I will cast Faithless Looting. Draw 2. Discard a Phoenix and a Faithless Looting. No 3rd land, though. Then I'll attack, and just in case you have Stomp, I don't think you... Yeah, there's no way you have a Stomp. I'll Brainstorm. 1, a 2, a 3. Wow. Okay, well, that's pretty obnoxious. Then I will go like this and pass to you.
I'll block, I guess.
Yep.
Jesus Christ. Back for 2.
I'll take it. 18.
You can go.
Nice. All right, and here's a pretty sweet one. I will choose land. I will take this. Oops, that's not how that works. Yeah. Then I will cast a Brainstorm. 1, a 2, a 3. Put these back. Then I'll take 2. Cast Faithless Looting.
You're at 16.
Draw 2. Discard Sweltering Suns and not great. And a Lightning Axe, I guess. And then combat, I'll bring back this Phoenix. Declare attacks. Trigger. I will Abundant Harvest for... Let's go for land. Okay.
I'll take 4, so we got 16 all.
I already played my land, and then I'll pass to you. Yeah, I take back everything I said about Arcanist. They've looked insane.
Yeah,
Just because we've slowed down this Dex, it's not that all-in Phoenix thing, and I think it plays a lot better when you just realize you're not trying to put Phoenix into play on turn 4, maybe even turn 5, just all set up, and then turn 7, bring back 2 and win the game that way.
Plays better when your opponent's a goldfish, too.
Yeah, it does play better when your opponent's a fish. Is that what you said, right?
I'll cleave you for 6.
Good, 10.
Corey's not at all perturbed by that, so I'm very dead.
Yeah, you're all right, bud.
I haven't seen the second pillar yet, and he's had 2 pillars every game, so...
Yeah. It is the pillars of good Magic playing, so... Let's see here. Lots of options. Let's start with attacks, and I'll just brainstorm. 1, 2, 3. I will put this back and this back.
Yeah, I'll go to 12.
Okay. And don't think I need to play anything else now, so then I'll pass to you.
Cards in hand.
7. What everybody wants to hear.
Attack you.
Let's go with so many options. All right, let's go with a Aether Gust Burning Tree.
Put it on the bottom.
Okay, good call. Good call.
Don't forget the brainstorm exile, right?
I exiled one. Did I not exile this one? Okay. My B.
I'll deal 3 to the Arcanist with the Shatter Skull Smashing.
Okay, it's been smashed.
I'll pass the turn.
Up. Bottom, I know my top 2 cards. On tap. A draw. I'll attack.
A 9.
I have Yield Crackles. And a Botanical, and pass to you. Yeah. I'd have to be a little bit more afraid of Questing Beast plus Equip, but you're 1 land short, so I figured I can put the shields down. And then just protect next turn and just never lose from there, but...
I'll Shadow Skull Smashing the Drake for 4.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
You leave Drake alone. So now I can hold it up to protect. I got another Crackles. And a land and attack for 3.
I will go to 6.
Pass to you. God, I miss casting Crackling Drake, I'm not gonna lie. That's my favorite part of Phoenix, to be honest. It's just everything I love.
So close.
So close. Even through an axe?
Yeah, I've got Gruul Spellbreaker.
Oh.
But
wow.
it's only 8.
Wow. Yeah, and I could block and just suck up 4, but yeah. Wow.
Yeah, but then you know, and then kill it on your turn, then I could draw another one or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. GG. And this amount of Sanctums and Spire Bluff Canals led to a little bit of awkwardness because I could have held up a Braid and Gust if I didn't have so many of them, but the lands just still seemed great, you know?
Yeah, just being able to fix your mana early and not deal yourself a ton of damage in aggressive matchups.
Yeah.
Not that it matters because I'm not actually aggressive at all.
Yeah, you haven't been so far. Yeah. And honestly, I really thought Gruul was an extremely strong deck, and that's why I played it this last weekend, because I thought people are going to be dirtling around with stuff, and you're just going to be able to punish them and not give them a clock. And while that is true, the deck can have those draws. Gruul can also just be so tilting because you don't mitigate flood. You know, you have to mulligan to have a good curve because all your cards power level are really reliant on curving. Like Pelt Collector gets a lot worse when you top deck it late, but when you play it on turn 1, it's one of the best creatures in the format. So Gruul for me is just so frustrating. I couldn't do it. I didn't love it.
Yeah.
But this deck I'm a huge fan of.
So it's possible I should be mulliganing these close hands that need a little bit of help. And you're just fine on 5 or 6 or 5 cards.
Yeah.
But with a guaranteed, good early start.
Yeah. But the guaranteed good early start here against a 4-shock deck is not reliant. So I like keeping hands with just more cards. It's not the same mentality as the Thoughtseize game. You don't mulligan much against Thoughtseize deck, but it's close, right?
Yeah. It can. I'm not sure I would go that far.
Yeah, that's
because
a stretch.
You're just so much better in the long game than I am.
Yeah.
Whereas the Thoughtseize decks, you can often beat them going along.
Yeah.
By just whittling away both players' resources.
Yeah, that's fair.
This is the best hand I've had so far.
Uh-oh. Yeah, this hand's still fine, but probably my worst hand.
I have Pathway, Llanowar Elves.
Okay.
You're up.
Ooh, look at that card off the top. All right, I'll pillar it. Past you.
1 pillar down, 1 to go.
Yeah.
Burning Tree Emissary.
Okay.
Go.
Oh my. You did it. You did it. Now what? I think I want to start with an Optaroo. I don't want that land. Draw. It's an interesting draw. I'll take 2.
You're at 18.
18 and cast Faithless Looting. 1, 2. Arclight, and I think I can just ditch this land. Past you.
Attack for 2.
I'll take it. 16.
And we'll play a tapped Shatter Skull and a Pelt Collector.
Okay.
You're up.
Okay, well, I think I just need to do some damage control at this point. I'm really afraid of Questing Beast, but it'd get a lot worse if I didn't do this. So, Sweltering Suns, pass to you.
Take 2, QBU.
Uh-oh. 18 to 12?
Yep.
All right, done?
We got a shot this game.
Yeah. Oh, well, that was the best possible.
Well, Lightning Axe my QB.
I'm going to start with a Brainstorm.
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Okay, so we'll put these on top. And I will faithlessly loot. Discard a Phoenix and on a Braid, take 2 and blitz that. I believe it's exiled, yep.
So you're at 10.
And then I got some Phoenixes.
I'm at 12.
I'm wondering if I want to attack with them.
No.
I'm definitely attacking with 1, but against another Questing Beast, maybe I want to hold back. Nah, YOLO.
Yeah, I'm at 12.
Here you go. Are you loving Gruel?
You can go.
Oh my. I don't even know what you can possibly have. All right. Well.
Chat wants to know if Corey's a Bone Crusher Giant because Ross is getting stomped.
Hey, there we go. Like that. All right. Brainstorm. Let's go. Put these on top. Then let's faithlessly loot from the yard. Draw 2. Discard. Brainstorm. We'll put these back. Birdie time. And there we go.
I'll braid 2 of them.
Okay.
And you're both the braids. The one game Corey doesn't have Arcanist.
Yes, of course. So you go to 9?
Yep.
Pass to you. Burning Tree, okay.
Go.
All right, so I just need some spells, huh? I'm not going to be able to do that this
You
turn.
have a looting from the graveyard.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth the risk when I just have a Crackling Drake. Just seems like a safe one. And then I'll attack for 3.
I'm at 6.
Pass to you.
Attack.
So you have the Ember Cleave, huh? So if I block, you don't die, but if you don't... All right, I will block. Okay.
Take 2.
Yeah. Take 2. I
8.
I really wanted to win by bringing back Phoenixes. I don't know if I can for sure do it, but I want to give myself the chance. So Faithless Looting.
Looting, so you need one mana spell.
Oh yeah, I got to harvest
Sure.
and then hit you for 9. Caw! Yeah. Oh man, I hope we have time for one more. We sure do. Have you had enough yet?
They get enough 3 games ago.
Yeah. Well, we got to at least see you do your Gruel thing at least once, right?
Apparently not.
How much time we got? Rob, you got anything going on today? If we're waiting for him to have at least one game win here, it might be a long day.
I did have some plans, but you know.
Clear your schedule. Set them aside. All right, Rob, you got any questions from our audience? Or maybe some burns?
Don't right now.
Dang it. All right, fair enough. Yeah, your draws have definitely not lined up to mine so far, and I've just, I've had the blade. I didn't have.
Why don't we let
top decked it? Like it's felt pretty insane. So
why don't
far.
we just let Ross stack his opening 7 for this one?
I think he would win. I would involve 4 Burning Tree emissaries, and
they'd attack once before getting Sweltering Suns.
That's true. That's true. All right. Ooh.
I guess I would just make sure I would have 2 lands, Llanowar Elves, 3 emissaries, Gruul Spellbreaker, so I'd have a 4/4.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
That would be my 7.
Yep.
Of course, then you would pillar my Llanowar Elves that I'd never draw a 3rd land.
Yeah, exactly. You'd still go. Your last Burning Tree would be and go.
I'll keep.
I'm keeping a bad hand here for science. So if I beat you with this bad hand, then we're in trouble.
I have a Llanowar.
Well, it just starts bad. You'll draw out of it.
Yeah, we're just starting it off bad.
I will take 2.
Okay.
I will take Brawler.
Okay. You're at 18.
Attack for 1.
Okay, and I'm at 19.
Yeah, you're up.
All right. I will play an Arcanist and pass to you. I think you'll still be all right. Trust me. When I was saying my hand is bad, it is indeed bad.
Attack, Pain Energy.
Yep, I'll go to 15.
Scavenging Ooze.
Okay.
You can go.
Okay, that was something. I'll play Abundant Harvest, non-land.
Yep.
Crap. Your go.
End step, exile the Abundant Harvest.
Yep. Arcanist there. I was looking for just any spell, and it would have felt pretty good, but yeah, the ooze breaks that up a bit. Glorybringer?
Shatter Skull Smashing the Dreadhorde Arcanist.
Okay.
Attack, Pay an Energy, take 6.
Okay, I'm at 9.
Pass the turn.
Okay, I will sack this. And get a mountain. I'll play the all-powerful Crackling Drake. A draw, and pass to you.
It's a 1/4?
A 1/4, yes. You're correct.
Interesting.
Can you beat a 1/4?
I'll play Questing Beast.
Okay.
I will attack with Scoo's Brawler and QB.
Okay, I will block a Brawler.
Okay, I'll exile the Dreadhorde Arcanist before damage.
Okay.
Penal Life, go to 19.
So I got a 2.
You go to 2.
All right, this one's looking good for you, Ross.
Pass the turn.
Okay. An interesting draw. So I can stay alive. Unless you have legitimately anything. Oh, yeah, well, do what we gotta do. Let's go with double pillar on that. And an Arcanist and pass. All right, you can't have a haste creature, removal, another questing beast, a Shatter Skull Smashing, an Oasis. Ah, nope, sorry, it was on the other side. It was on the other side.
Shatter Skull Smashing the Arcanist for 3.
All right, you did it, Roz. Does it feel good? Does it feel good to take it down? Okay, what was that final score? 4-1?
Yeah.
4-1? Okay. Well, we'll put you out of your misery here. I kept my opener was just this, and Arclight and 4 lands. I was like, this hand is bad. But if I did top deck like Pillar, this hand was just insane. On turn 1 for your Llanowar, and then Arcanist. And then the Ooze does do some cleanup work, but still. So we're going to put Ross out of his misery for this match, but we get to play round 3. We can probably stretch it to a best of 5 for the marbles. I'm going to be playing Luis Salvato's updated Rakdos Arcanist list. I love this deck. I love Dreadhorde Arcanist. I couldn't get enough, and it's definitely my favorite historic deck, so I'm excited.
And I'm going to be playing the breakout deck from last weekend or 2 weekends ago, in my estimation, which was Celestia Company, a deck that came onto the scene as sort of a metagame deck to stop Jund because it main decked the Yasharn.
Yeah.
But now with Elite Spellbinder, looks like it's really good. Put 2 players in the top 4 of the big historic event 2 weekends ago. This is the second place list. You're playing the winning list. So we're replaying the finals.
Yeah, I gotta love it. And I know we played Green-White Company with Elite Spellbinder like the day it was printed, a long time ago, just Paulo's list. But I think Paulo even lost to this Collected Company player in the top 8 too, so justice was served. Yeah. That's gotta feel fulfilling. You play Elite Spellbinder against Paulo and be like, ooh.
Let me see that hand.
Let me see it. All right, everyone, we are gonna take a 5-minute break, and we'll be right back with our final round for the marbles here on Versus Live.
Hello and welcome to Versus Live. I'm Ross Merriam.
And I'm Corey Baumeister.
And we've got Rob in the booth and say, we're just going to forget about that last match, Rob.
We're just going to forget about that last match, Rob.
Rob will be taking all of your questions, comments, concerns, and burns, unless they're about that last match.
Of course.
In the chat, make sure to tag at Star City Games so he can see them and send his favorites over to us. We have been playing Historic all day, and it is time for the final showdown for the marbles. We've split the first 2 matches. And we have saved our favorite decks for last, I think.
Yep,
because
definitely.
You love Rakdos Arcanist.
I love it.
Your favorite thing in the world.
So good.
It now gets to play Faithless Looting and Inquisition of Kozilek, 2 very good additions to the deck. I know you all, when you play this deck and you play it on the show especially, you harp on that opening of turn 1 Thoughtseize, turn 2 Arcanist, and now you get to do it with Inquisition, which is nearly as good. Sometimes better even if you're playing against an aggro deck and you don't want to lose that life. So consistently hitting those draws, really nice. Faithless Looting is a good card to help you stop from flooding. You've got some cards you want to discard, putting Crocs in the graveyard and not having to spend a 2 mana on that front half mode is really nice. Filling your graveyard for the Crocs escape as well. And then, in game 1s where your claims aren't very good, you can pitch those. So it makes it a lot easier to just main deck claim, even if in metagames where it's not universally applicable. You still get to main deck several copies knowing that in the matchups where it's bad, you'll just loot them away.
Yeah, or even, the new sequence that Faithless Looting unlocks, which is pretty cool, is like turn 1 Thoughtseize, fine. If you don't have the Arcanist, like turn 2 Faithless Looting, discard Arcanist, and then turn 3 claim Fame it to bring it back. So another element you get there where you can set up for a turn 3 claim Fame to get Arcanist, where it's the same as playing it on turn 2 because it attacks on turn 3 still. So I love that aspect of it. Making Claim Fame better is insane because that card is already the best card in the deck. It's low-key the best card, but it doesn't feel like it, But oh my god, Claim Fame is just disgusting in these decks.
Yeah,
it does really everything. Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited to play. Hopefully we can get a best 3 out of 5 here just because I just love this deck and I want to battle it. But you got a tough one up against me. I think this matchup is pretty tricky.
Yeah, the Celestia Company deck, though, Luis Salvato managed to win this matchup in the finals 2 weeks ago. The Company deck is just strong, efficient creatures. It can grind reasonably well with Collected Company and the Great Henge, which you have a difficult time answering. So you got to be really wary of any sort of Lovestruck Beast because Ondu Mammoth, like you're playing Standard. And that's usually not how this deck goes. I think you usually want to play your own proactive game plan, take out the threats that are more threatening in the air because you can handle the big threats on the ground with young Pyromancer tokens a lot of the time. But now the Great Henge makes them really threatening. I can go to the air with Elite Spellbinder. That can sometimes disrupt you. Take that key, spell that you're going to cast and when you're low on mana.
And honestly, sorry to interrupt you, but there is like one big factor from this deck going from online to paper play. Young Pyromancer is a lot worse because the tokens are so hideous here where they look pretty good online. So that's also a really big nerfing for that card, and it makes me less happy to play it. Yeah.
I'll be on the play.
So real quick before we get to this match, I did have a question. Zenda the Greatest wants to know, do y'all think an Arclight Phoenix splashing green for Abundant Harvest could be good against an aggro deck like Gruul?
Is that really a question? Yes. Yes. I love it. I love it. I hope this person.
As I said,
I hope this person just tuned in for
I'll
match
be
3
on the
too.
play.
I like how you just completely forgot the joke about forgetting the last match.
I totally did forget it, but I thought that was just a general question that you got from somebody who just tuned in, and I'm like, yes.
I left out the first half. The first half, which is I've completely forgotten the last hour for some reason. Anyway,
yes. Okay. That's a great question. Let's honestly back up to that a little bit. I think.
I will keep my hand.
Yeah, I think this hand is good. It has one glaring problem here, but hopefully we can draw our way out of it. I'm gonna keep.
I will play a Heart's Desire on turn one.
Good game.
Pass the turn.
Next one. Okay.
Not sure if that still holds true in Historic. We know it holds true in Standard.
Yeah, I think it's still pretty true. It's so good. I am going to take 3 and Inquisition you.
So you're at 17.
Yep.
Got a pretty strong hand here.
Yeah.
Decided to not lead on Valley to play turn 2 Scavenging Ooze because the Ooze could get value later on if you Croxa me.
Yeah, I am going to take Scavenging Ooze there. That card's just a little tricky for me to deal with, and I'll pass to you.
I will play the Valley this turn, though, and just get in for 1.
Okay, 16.
And your turn.
A bit of a tilting draw there. Tilt. I have a Summit and Thoughtseize.
Drew the worst card of my deck.
Okay. Yeah, that one doesn't do too much against me.
14.
No, I mean, you're very likely to just play Lovestruck Beast anyways next turn. So now it's just what cards do I want to take away from you here? And I honestly am thinking it's just the Collected Company. Paulo's good here, but it doesn't completely destroy my hand, although it is pretty awkward. No, I'll take Collected Company.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty easy Collected Company there.
Pass to you.
Just the most powerful card. You're not breaking up my curve.
Yep.
So the rest of my hand is all 3s.
Agreed.
That would have been a much better draw last turn. And I could play the Lovestruck Beast here, but I just want to see what's going on in Corey's hand. I'm going to play the Spellbinder.
Okay, and the reason I didn't take that, because I have redundancy here. I was going to play Arcanist next turn no matter what.
Yeah, and because of that, I will just be taking the claim and make that expensive, and then I will...
Weird zone.
Pass the turn.
Know. Okay. I have an Arcanist, and I think I'd rather sack this, and I'll pass to you.
Attack for 3 in the air.
Okay, I will take it. Go down to 11.
And I will play Lovestruck Beast.
All right. Now my Kingdom for a sack outlet here would be ideal.
And I'll pass the turn.
Okay. Not looking great as the way it stands now. Tilt. I am going to play this tapped and buy Luris. Pass to you.
Love that.
Yeah, that's not great. Not great.
I thought. I will attack for 8.
Yeah, I'll block.
You take 3, go to 8.
Yep, 8 to 20.
I've got a Forest, Redan, and a Land of Elves.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
Wow, these draws have been awful. Luris, play Arcanist. Pass to you. Absolutely heinous.
So, you just have a couple discard spells in there.
Yep.
I'm trying to prevent a Luris attack.
Makes sense.
And I think I can do that while still attacking with the Lovestruck Beast. So I'll get him the Lovestruck and the 2 flyers.
Okay, I'll block.
Yep, make the chump. You take 5 in the air, go to 3.
Yep.
And I have Heart's Desire Lovestruck Beast.
Gross.
Pass the turn.
Okay. Maybe a spell for a change. All right, well, that is pretty good. Let's see if it's going to be good enough. So far, I've drawn 4 lands in a row. So 1, 2. Okay. Probably not going to be... It's going to be a little too late. Discard these.
3 in hand.
Yep. Let's go with a claim on Elite Spellbinder. I'll attack.
I will take 3.
Okay.
Go to 17.
And I got a Village Rites. Get that out of there. And... Alright, I guess that does keep me alive. I will claim back an Arcanist and pass to you.
So now you chump both Lovestruck Beasts, take 5, and you end up at 1.
Yep.
Yeah, that will keep you alive.
Not going to do much from that point, but, you know.
Send in with everything.
Now my blocks are forced.
So you end up at 1.
Yep.
I have the 3rd Heart's Desire
Oh my
Lovestruck
God.
Beast. Your turn.
Yeah, it should be easy. Should be easy. Well, let's start with a Faithless Looting. Discard 2 Thought Seizes.
You said you needed some spells.
Yeah, all right, I'm dead. Yeah, I just drew 4 lands in a row there when I just need any spell, and it was quite a beating. Quite a beating.
Yeah, let's put you under some pressure. I had a little awkwardness myself drawing the Apparition. With
With
all
all green.
yours was extra awkward.
Mine was extra awkward. Yep. Nope. I really needed like a Village Rites turn early. If I drew Village Rites on time, when turn 4 I could claim plus Village Rites any creature, to be honest, and then I can also, you know, Village Rites the Arcanist or something like that, and get some value going. But yeah, those 5/5s are just really tricky to deal with too. Especially the mega awkward thing about it is just the Adventure Zone. You know, I can't Inquisition it right away, even though that's the card I wanted to take. Yeah, so it's some nice stuff.
Yeah, that definitely would have been the Inquisition target. So
Yep. All right, 1-0-U. I'm going to play another pre, and then we'll get to sideboard. All right, Rob, you got a question at all?
Yeah, NM Johnston wants to know, Ross, who's been your favorite Jeopardy guest host so far?
I will be honest, I haven't watched a single episode of
Really?
Yeah.
I watched the Aaron Rodgers one. That was pretty fun, just because I like Aaron, but...
I watched the clip of it where one of the contestants made fun of him.
Yeah, burned him.
Yeah. I don't have a TV, so watching episodes of Jeopardy is surprisingly difficult.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, I would expect that you watch every Jazz game and every Jeopardy would be my assumption.
But I watched Jeopardy for a long time every day.
Yeah, fair enough.
Really, when I'm, after I was on the show when I was living in Roanoke and didn't have a TV, it just Sony is very strict when it comes to their protecting their copyrights.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna go first this game. See if we can have a little bit better of a start. That seems like about right. It's a no-lander. My favorite deck is just mocking me. Just absolutely mocking me.
Yeah, I think I've got to mull this. Just not doing anything until turn 3.
Okay.
I also have the Redan again. This is literally the worst card of my deck. There's only one.
Yeah. Just does not have any targets here.
Yeah. It's the only card did not want to draw. I've now seen it twice.
Yep, you only have one of them?
Yeah.
I like it.
There's another one or two in the sideboard.
Yeah, last game I had Agadeem's Dragon Skull Summit, and then I had the nuts, the Inquisition into Arcanist, but it's not as good when you get to resolve Lovestruck before I get to attack, so. All right, down to 6 for both of us. 4 Zemables. Okay. Yeah, I think I can keep this. Once again, it's not anything incredibly impressive. But I will keep. We'll get rid of one of these.
Yep.
And I will play Agadeem's Tapped and pass to you.
I will play a Tap Temple Garden.
Okay. All right. Definitely going to play this pathway on this side. Now, I'm going to cast Faithless Looting.
Sure.
1. 2. I think I just pitched these 2. Yeah, pitch a couple Croxes, and I'll Thoughtseize you. I'll read them and weep, huh? Ooh, you got a Scoozy, eh? That's a good one. Yeah, it just kind of feels like that's what I have to take. God, Apollo is pretty obnoxious right now as well. Yeah, I'm going to take Paulo. I'm going to take 2. And then I'll pass to you. I'm at 18.
So, can I afford to hold back this Scoos until turn 4 when I could potentially just get both Croxos? If I hold it, I'm weak to another discard spell. If I play it, I'm weak to removal. Probably have more removal than discard spells.
Yeah, it's a dilemma.
Yeah, I'm going to pass.
Okay.
It's also very likely that Corey doesn't have an Inquisition because he would do that before Thoughtseizing.
Yeah. So I want to just maybe try to fill my graveyard and make 4 land drops so I can Croxa you before that happens. Just kind of trying to map out the best way to do that. I could flashback Faithless Looting. That only nets me 1 more card in the yard.
It's the same as casting a spell.
Yeah, so I don't think I love that, but I don't really love any of my options right now. I could just buy Lurrus. Feels kind of weak. Because once again, Faithless Looting is just not card advantage. It is card disadvantage, so it does lead to some awkwardness in this deck. All right, I'm gonna Faithlessly loot. 1, 2. Could just go like this. I kind of like this. Yeah. I'll discard these 2. I'll Thoughtseize you.
Found another Thoughtseize.
Found it.
But I had the Bloodchief's Thirst anyway, so there's literally no way I could do anything.
That is why I kept it, yeah. So we'll take that Scoozy Scoos. I'll go to 16. Yeah. Play Blood Crypt tapped and pass to you.
Scavenging Ooze, Exile, Croxa.
Okay. It's pretty gross.
You're still going to have enough for the other one.
Yep.
I'm at 21, so going to need to top deck a Skyclave Apparition here.
Okay, I'm going to play this. I think we can do it on the black side here. Croxa. We get to keep exactly 1 card. I think I would rather keep a Faithless Looting.
I'll pitch a Forest and go to 18.
Okay, and pass to you. Croxarino. Now, please avoid companies or Skyclave Apparitions, please.
Playing Archon of
Oh
Emeria.
my god, I was like, you are just trolling me, aren't you? Non-basic lands enter tapped for me, right? And I can only play one spell a turn?
Each player can only play one spell.
Okay.
Do I care about exiling that Faithless Looting? I don't think you have like a Braids in the main. If you loot, then you can't do anything else, but you do, potentially find more stuff. The one awkward thing here is that I kind of want to guarantee I gain a life so that I don't just get two-shotted by the Croxa. So yeah, I'm actually going to exile a creature from my graveyard.
Okay,
Let's
you go
hit
to...
Scoos.
You go to 19?
Yep.
Done?
Yep, pass turn.
Okay, that was a pretty good draw. I guess you do have a double block here. Probably not willing to give that up. But we'll see. I'll start by attacking. Shoot a 16.
I'll go to 10.
Okay, and... to buy Luris or to faithlessly loot this turn? That is the question. I think I'm going to loot while I can.
Makes sense.
Draw 2. For sure this. And... this, I'm going to stop you at your upkeep. Discard this, and then, yeah, upkeep, I'm going to do this now, so you have to choose how much mana you want before the card you draw.
Yeah, I got to leave myself the out to Collected Company.
Yeah,
so
I think that's correct.
Let that resolve.
Okay.
Collected Company.
Oh my god. You're so lucky. How good is it?
Not very.
Yay, no Skyclave. Skyclave is the only card I'm just like, please do not draw. I do not think I can beat it. It's been our first interesting game all day. We've just had blowouts for the rest of the games. It's been beatings.
Am I just going to go to 1 here? Is that going to be my plan?
That is a plan.
So I can take the Scavenging Ooze and with the plan to go to 1, because if I take the Scavenging Ooze, I don't have a good double block. Or I can take the other 2 creatures with the plan to double block the Croxa.
Okay.
I get the card out of your hand, kind of. You could probably still cast it, and you can only cast 1 spell anyway. So the Spellbinder trigger is not particularly relevant. It would be if you had Luris in your hand, but you don't. In either case, if you have another removal spell, I'm pretty dead. I'd have to go to 1 anyway. If I do go to 1 with the Scoos, I am going to have some creatures in the graveyard to exile, which will be nice. But I'll probably have to rip something else to set up the double block, then exile Croxa. Or I could just gain some life, set up another double block, but I'd take another 3 the following turn, maybe just discard a spell. I'd be pretty behind at that point to the Luris, but I'm behind now. Is there any card I could take with the Spellbinder that would be very relevant? Blood Chief's Thirst, maybe, but you can still Blood Chief's Thirst the Scoos.
Yep.
So that would only be relevant if I put the 2/3 drops in.
Yep.
I think I want to take the Scoos. I think that's a path back into this game.
Okay.
And you don't play like the red removal spells. Feels like I might as well just take a peek.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take a peek.
It's you. All right, so I can still cast it at least, but
so do I want to attack for 2 now with the Archon? Yeah, I do. I think they are. Like, if you draw a removal spell for any creature, I'd rather leave the Archon.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
So I got a 14? 14, 10?
14, 10.
All right, done?
Yep.
All right. So you could just go to 1 if I just attack. That's slightly scary. Or I can force a block from you with my Fame. I think I like that as my play. Then I at least forces Elite Spellbinder to jump in front. You go to 7. Then Scavenging Ooze can gain 3 life. But 7 to 10, I guess that is an interesting amount just because you can just like attack back, take 9. Or I can just play a 4-mana Young Pyromancer. A lot of tough options here. Pyromancer is not very good when I can't play a lot of spells, so...
Agreed. That's the kind of hard-hitting analysis that you come to Versus Live for.
Exactly. The professional stuff here. So otherwise, if I just tag with Kroxa and you take it, you go to 1, and you have this huge battlefield, that's pretty bad for me. So yeah, I'm going to Fame this.
Okay.
Tag, you go to 7.
I'm going to chump.
Yep. And I'll pass to you. Need you to not have another absolute banger, please.
Okay, let's exile 2 creatures in my graveyard. Gain 2, go to 9.
Yep.
Or do I want to do it this way? Yeah, I think I want to make this a 2-turn clock.
Okay.
So I'll exile the Spellbinder 2.
Okay, you
go
go to 10.
Attack you for 7.
Okay, I go to 7.
You can go.
All right, that was the play I'm kind of afraid of, but not too much I can do about it.
Getting really punished for playing this pathway on white. I just kind of defaulted to diversifying, and I think I'd even lost the Scoos by then. But just drew a million more Scooses.
Well, I think we're just going to be at the point where if you top deck a way to deal with a creature, you're probably going to win, but I still want to get aggressive here.
I'll discard a creature and take 6.
Okay.
Go to 4.
You go to 4, and now... do have a blocker.
You had Young Pyromancer the entire time.
Yeah. I'm going to play Stitch of Supplier.
Interesting.
And I could buy Luris. This Archon has actually just been quite obnoxious. So I won't, and I'll pass to you.
Now I actually have enough food to get the ooze above Kroxa.
I mean, you can only go to 6, right? Oh, to get it bigger than Kroxa, that's what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Yep. That's fair.
I get it exactly the... Yeah. So it means I get 5 counters, and now it's a 7/7. Which is pretty cool.
I don't think it's that cool.
So... Yeah, it's my only play because you have a blocker and I do a land. So play Branchaloft Pathway, and I can attack. Then I die to a removal spell. Clearly, if you had a removal spell, you would have cast one. And if I just do nothing here, and then we just get to stare back and forth.
Yep.
And I just give you time to draw the removal spell. So I think I should put pressure on you.
Okay, I'll go to 5.
So I will attack you to 5 and pass the turn.
All right. End step, I have a Village Rites. Let's crack this. Draw 2.
Mill
This
3
mill first. Yeah, 1, 2.
I'm very dead.
Draw 2. Okay. Untap. Draw. Brutal.
Didn't find a removal spell.
I did not. Well, tilt. Well, I will play a land. Can't really attack. Yeah, not really. So yeah, I'll play a 4-mana Young Pyromancer and pass to you.
Yeah. On your end step, I'm gonna exile the 3 creatures in your graveyard.
Okay.
And village rights, I guess.
Okay.
Is there any reason to wait on exiling my land or elves? Yeah, I think I can.
So you gain 3, go to 7?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm all of a sudden behind.
Oh, you're another land.
Okay.
So there's one. So I'm still dead if you draw a removal spell. But obviously, you don't have it. You could have drawn another Village Rites, and just Village Rites the Young Pyromancer. But you've already gone through 2 of those. Oh no, one of those. Yeah, no, 2. There's one in the graveyard still.
Tough game.
Yeah, attacking with the Archon lets me draw Luminarch Aspirant to kill you. It's really just Village Rites that semi punishes me. But even then, like, you're gonna Village Rites if you find the removal spell. I have to chump block, and then it's, I take myself out of a potential top deck of Skyclave Apparition or Coco into Apparition.
Yep.
That can get me. That doesn't even win me the game. It sort of gets me back into the game.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'll attack for 2.
All right, I'm down to 1. Or I'm down to 3.
3. You can go.
All right.
Got the Village Rites?
I do not. I only have 1 saving grace of a play. And it's not great because I can't attack again. I don't have the removal.
That Fable Passage enters tapped.
Oh.
But we can imagine you did it on your upkeep. But that one is going to enter tapped.
Oh. Okay, well then I'm dead. Then I'm just dead. My whole play was to play... Oh, I guess I'm not dead, but...
Yeah. I can only attack you to 1.
But yeah, so this is that, but this enters tapped.
Yep.
And yeah, that's quite the tilt. Yeah, and I can't even like attack with Croxa and then like escape it or something like that.
Post in the end of combat step, I can exile it.
All right, pass to you.
On your end step, I'm going to exile my Llanowar Elves.
Okay.
That'll put me to 8. And then I'll exile your 3 spells in your swamp.
Okay.
Leave you with 3 Fable Passages.
Okay. Where are my claims?
That was a good draw.
Uh-oh.
I'll cast Collected Company.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, seems like the best ones to get. I'll get a second Archon and a Skyclave Apparition. And at this point, I think I just Apparition the Young Pyromancer.
Okay.
Because that's the one that can generate blockers, so it generates them on the ground. So yeah, let's just get rid of the Croxa.
Okay.
And attack with Archon and Skoos.
All right, I'm forced to block.
And then I'll exile the Pyromancer. Go to 9. You're at 1.
Yeah.
Now you can go.
Well, incredibly awkward stuff. Jesus. Yeah, Archon is just insane against me. At first, I was like, yeah, that card doesn't seem that good, but it shuts down so many lines of play. You know?
Yeah, all the
completely
Village
shuts
Rites
down
stuff.
Arcanist. Yeah.
Even if you claim it, that it's each player, so you can't like shut off the ability by taking control of it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, GG. That felt like a game I was not going to lose, but you played to your outs with that Scavenging Ooze and got there.
The one turn where I didn't exile with the Ooze, it's like, well, I just got to try to hit company.
And like you didn't even see the Fame line, which at least forced your hand there, but it didn't force it enough. you know, so
yeah. Either way, I figured I just needed the scavenging ooze,
yeah,
you know, to live, and I think I was right.
Yeah, maybe that supplier was a really bad play because it gave you that one extra creature, but I thought you already were at 7, but I think that was just a 6/6 for ooze.
I think it would have been better to just play the Young Pyromancer that turn.
Yeah, and I mean I had Village Rights, that was the whole thing. That's why I wanted to play that, to draw some cards and try to find a removal, and I just drew like Claim Fames and Bricks, you know.
And maybe you're right. Maybe you are right. Just give it, because you did still have multiple turns where a removal spell killed me.
Yeah.
Even with giving me the extra food.
Yeah.
And so you gave yourself a bunch of draws to see it.
Yeah,
so
I went for the aggressive line, but it didn't work out. So, all right, everyone, we are going to head to the sideboard here. I know it only gets worse for me because you have a certain enchantment that I don't love to see when I play this deck. So we'll see what we can do. Ross is up 2-0. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, everybody, welcome back to sideboarding here between Rakdos, Arcanist, and Celestia Company. On my end, just bringing in Feed the Swarm. It's good against, your creatures, but rest in peace. I can't beat the card, so I have to be prepared for it. Also bringing in one more Inquisition. It's all with this in mind. Everything else, removal, creatures, whatever, our deck can already beat that, but we're just maximizing the ways to deal with this card because it really is just backbreaking. Enchantment-based graveyard removal is what Rakdos Arcanist, it's the bane of existence. So we're just trimming all the cards that are good graveyard enablers just to hedge our bets a little bit. If you do resolve a Rest in Peace and I can't find Feed the Swarm.
Dreadheart Arcanist also bad against Rest in Peace. Maybe you should just cut all those.
I should, yeah. That's a card, no matter what, you can pry him out of my cold dead hand.
I plan on it. On my side of things, I am bringing in some Rest in Pieces. Also bringing in the 2 copies of Thalia, Guardian of Thraben. We saw Archon of Emeria do a great job of just disrupting your plan of playing a bunch of cheap spells. Thalia does something similar.
Yeah.
And then more removal for your creatures, importantly removal that exiles it in the form of Declaration in Stone. The card disadvantage is not great, but ultimately, if you deal with the Rakdos Arcanist deck's threats, you're not able to generate a lot of card advantage. It's not the spells that are doing it. It's the Arcanists and the Croxus and the Young Pyromancers that are generating the cascading advantage while you're casting those cheap spells. So dealing with the threats is paramount, and we're willing to give up some card advantage to do it in an efficient way and a way that dodges claim to fame.
Okay.
Cutting Luminarch Aspirant, just cutting like the most generic aggressive creatures, because that's not what this matchup is about. We need to disrupt Corey a little bit. The Kazandu Mammoth getting trimmed is also a sign of that. And then the 2 worst cards in the deck I talked about right then during the pre-sideboard games. Ronus is also not a card that I think is particularly good. It's again only good in combat. It is difficult to kill, which can be nice in a matchup like this, but it's actually not as difficult to kill as you might think, because they have Claim the Firstborn and a Village Rights. So you can do that to actually remove it from the battlefield. But you can also just control my other creatures. And we saw, the games boil down to where I only have 1 or 2 creatures on the battlefield. If one of them is Ronus, it might not even be on. I might be forced to spend 3 mana every turn just to be able to attack. It just leads to a lot of awkward scenarios that I'd rather avoid.
Agreed. That card is definitely like an all-star in like a Gruul mirror match or something. Like good luck beating a Ronus from that. But here, not so much.
Matchups where both players are just playing things to the battlefield and you see who has the best things. Ronus is awesome.
Ronus is awesome, and it's great mana sync. Everything's great about it. But all right, I'll be going first. Down 0-2, so we got to get some work done.
We got to get it done quickly.
I know. We got to fight the clock. End this.
Time for one of those 5-minute brainstorms.
Yeah. You know what? You're getting DQ'd for cheating real soon here. I'm going to keep. It's not great, but it could be anything.
Could it be anything?
Could be anything.
Sounds like you got a faithless looting.
Yeah. Smart man.
I would say I want a Rest in Peace, but I want it 2 cards down from my deck.
Yes, there you go.
This is an easy keep.
Okay, I will take 2, and I will cast Faithless Looting. A draw.
You're at 18.
And let's discard for sure 1 land and a Croxa.
Okay, I will just lead on a tap Temple Garden.
Okay. Well, I don't have a way to beat Rest in Peace, so knock yourself out.
Oh, I have a Thalia, which hopefully makes your Dreadheart Arcanist awkward.
Okay, it does do that, but it's not as bad as Rest in Peace, but very strong still. Okay, let's go with an attack, and then I'll faithlessly loot.
Sure.
Draw 1, draw 2, discard, and discard. I think I can safely. It's a tough one. All right, we'll pitch this.
The other Arcanist. I'm going to take 1. I'll go to 19.
Yep, and then I'll play this and Blood Chief's Thirst that.
Value down.
Pass to you.
Yeah, 3 in hand.
3 in hand.
Blood Chief's Thirst is
A nice one.
the most awkward you could have possibly had.
I found it quite nice.
Makes my Archon of Emeria bad because you can just attack, pay the kicker. And,
Yep.
you know, trade 3 mana for 3 mana, be up a card. Yeah, so what am I going to do? I just have to do this to prevent some card advantage and then find another way of dealing with this Croxa. That's my pickle here, is I only have one answer in my head, and both the Arcanist and the Croxa are very threatening.
Mm-hmm.
So do I blow the answer now, prevent your card advantage, and just try to find an answer to Croxa? I don't think you can Croxa me next turn. I guess with a Fatal Passage you could.
Fabled Passage.
Fatal
Yep.
Passage would do it. That would be really annoying. Or I can give up some card advantage. It'll be a little awkward for you if you use
Judge
the Blood Chief's Thirst,
Stalling.
because then you're further away from the Croxa. I think I'm more scared
This
of the
is just
Croxa, to be
usual
honest.
Ross. I don't know what you want.
That's really true.
I'm going to go to 17 and play Paolo.
Paulo, okay. I have these cards.
I will take the Spark Harvest, I guess.
Okay. Done?
Yeah.
I'll untap. I'll draw. Yeah, can't Croxa this turn, so I'll just Blood Chief's Thirst this.
Yeah. I go to 16.
Yep, and then I'll take 2 here and pass to you.
Brings you to 16.
Yep.
So we'll play the Kazandu Valley.
Okay.
And now I think the time is ripe to just play Archon of Emeria and pass the turn.
Okay, I'm going to Village Rites.
Sure.
Draw 2. Oops. Untap. Okay. Play
I
this.
just tapped.
Oh, yep. That's quite obnoxious.
Still has 5 in the graveyard for that Croxa.
Yeah, it's not as good right now, though. But, I could lose it to Skyclave, but I could also just lose it to like a Scavenging Ooze, which is just as bad. Let's see here. All right, I'm gonna go for a different line here. I'm gonna feed the Swarm that.
So is it...
Lose life equal to
CMC.
converted mana cost. So I
Take
got a
3.
13. Then I will sack this. While I'm in there, I'll get the Luris I forgot about. Because I think that's what I'm going to be doing.
Vilaris.
Yeah, I'm debating. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. And then I'll pass to you. And take this a little slower here. Hope to dodge a few of your cards for a little bit longer.
3 cards in hand?
3 cards, yep. 1 Luris, that's all you know about.
Yep. Okay, I'm going to play Apollo.
Okay.
Get this Luris out of your hand. Yeah, I will take the Lyris
'Kay.
and pass the turn.
Okay. Oops. All right. I got a Croxa now for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna pitch a Branch Loft Pathway and take 3.
3.
Brings me to 13.
4, 5. What? 13?
Yep.
Okay.
13 all.
And then I'll pass to you.
I will attack for 3.
10.
And I've got the Skyclave Apparition.
Yep. Village Rites in response. Draw 2. Okay.
Pass the turn.
Untap. Oh, draw. Now I'm going to crack this. Get a mountain. Play a Stitcher Supplier.
Yep.
Mill 3. Croxa. Keeping Claim. And probably Arcanist. Yep.
Yeah, this is not going well.
And I'll pass to you.
Call.
Croxa always comes back. Oh, that was a land, so you take 3.
Get in for 3 in the air.
Okay, I'll go to 7.
And I'll play Haship Oasis Archon.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
All right. Well, step 1 is deal with that ridiculously annoying card. And Spark Harvest this. Trigger. 1, 2, 3. Then I will play a land. Attack. Trigger.
I'm going to go to 10.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll chump with the Apparition.
Okay, so 10 to 7, and then play a little conservatively or just kind of jam here. Ooh. Oops, wait a second. Sorry, can I back that up? I totally just missed a play that I would do that might change your play.
Sure.
So I'm going to play Young Pyromancer, and then I'm going to Fame it pre-combat.
Okay.
Get one of these, and then I'll get in with both. So that might change your block. You go to 10, and then...
So it's effectively preventing 6 damage either way. This is 4 damage into 2 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'll
Put you
trigger
to
the
4?
Pyromancer. And yeah, that'll put me to 4.
Pass to you.
And now I'm pretty dead.
Hooray!
Need to draw a Skyclave Apparition.
Yep.
You can have a shot.
That'd be a good one.
Yeah, I drew Archon of a Myriad, and I'm dead.
Alrighty, GG. We got some time to play another one. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. We got time. If we tie, maybe we can do a fast and loose, or we can have a gentleman's agreement or something, but we got time. I think y'all would like to see a 4th game, I would imagine, right? Everyone's just like, nah. We want Ross to take it down.
Well, this is only the second match anyway, right?
A what? Oh, yeah, we forgot about that second
If we
one,
tie,
right?
I win 101.
Yeah, good point. Good point. Yeah, what did we do in the middle of the day? I just can't remember a thing.
Yeah, it was nap time. You were asleep.
Yeah. All right, that was
We
a good
always
game.
do nap time, Corey. I don't.
Yeah. I think the big decision point of that game was when I just wanted to jam Croxa. Very obvious you have a Skyclave, you know?
Yeah.
And if I do that, I think I lose a lot of value. I think just being patient there was a lot more important, but it could have went south. You know, Scavenging Ooze, rest in peace, or like Collected Company to push ahead could have been a Punisher. It just so happens that I played around the right things that time.
And I think I could have not played the Skyclave Apparition and just played Archon of a Myriad that turn and tried to win a race.
Yeah.
Knowing that you had the Village Rights, and I might have gotten paid off that way.
Yeah.
I don't think you had I don't know what kind of removal, if any, you had left over.
I know I had the Spark Harvest at least, because I was Apollo'd for so long, but...
So you ended up using that to deal with the Archon of the Myriad.
Yeah, but that was way earlier, you know? Like what you're saying is you could have made that play when I still had that there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you had it was 2 turns later that you did it because after you village rights, then you Stitcher Suppliered, milled, and recast.
Yeah.
But I don't would you have had the Stitcher Supplier if you don't village rights?
Yeah, who knows?
You certainly don't do if I don't apparition.
Yeah.
It just depends on what the order of your stuff was.
I definitely had just a lot of options to do depending on what you did and stuff. You know, I had a good Rakdos Arcanist draw where I just had tons of options for most of that game.
Yeah, got them all in the sand with no white mana and 3 white cards.
Okay. It's all coming together. It's all coming together. All right, Rob, you got a question at all from our lovely audience?
Yeah, the other day we saw you play a Jund Arcanist deck, and so far in your time playing both, which one do you feel is probably better for Historic right now?
Rakdos. I've always thought Rakdos is the superior Arcanist deck, although that Teamer deck was nice. Like, I'm interested in screwing around with that. Zen did a nice one there, but I think just the consistency of Rakdos is just too worth it.
Abundant Harvest is really nice.
But Abundant Harvest is pretty
That's the main card you get from it's a green splash.
Yeah. It's so weird that, I have always been taught through the amount of time I've been playing Magic is that you splash for things that are like high impact cards, not cantrips. I've never splashed for just a cantrip in my entire life until that Teamer deck. Yeah. But it's just really showing the power of that card, Abundant Harvest. So,
and you got to factor in the opportunity cost of the splash. In Modern and Legacy, when you have fetches and dual lands, the splashing is always pretty easy. A little bit harder in these formats, but apparently still worth it.
Yep. How's that one?
Still not good.
Hooray, hooray. It's about time. You stole that game from me with that Top Deck Collected Company, the called shot, if you will. So
yes. How dare I play well and get rewarded for once in my life?
I know. I agree.
I'll play Land World.
I'm also mad about it. Okay. I have an Inquisition. Oops. Okay. Well, that's pretty good against my hand. I'm not going to lie. I think I want to take the ooze. An ooze.
Did I play this other ooze? The fact that you took one means you're scared of it. You usually don't have that much discard.
Not afraid of anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna Heart's Desire and attack for 1.
Okay.
You're up.
19. All right, I just have a gentle young peasy pass to you. So gentle. Scoozy scoos, yeah. All right. That was a pretty good draw. Let's go with a Blood Chief's Thirst. Get a 1/1 and play a Village Right. Sack this. Get a 1/1. 1, a 2, and pass to you. I'm liking what you're doing over there.
Go.
I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. All right, so let's play a Kotoraksa. Discard.
Might as well just play a 5th game.
I like it. I like it. Yeah, we don't. No ties here.
We'll get an actual winner.
There we go.
I just drew some white cards and a henge.
Yes. Yeah, my hand was nice. It developed. I didn't have a removal spell for the ooze at all. I guess I did have a Spark Harvest, but I was gonna have to work for it. But I just had Young Pyromancer into like my favorite turn 3 of Kroxa Village Rites, and like still let you eat it. But I just love that play so much. It's so dirty. You discard, I draw 2. No big deal. All right, one final game of Versus Live, y'all. Who do we think's gonna win? Let's see some predictions in chat. I gotta favor you on the play. I definitely gotta favor you on the play. All right, Gio.
Ross has to keep a hand first.
No, we don't need that. We don't need that. I want you to mulligan into Oblivion.
I'll keep.
Dang it. Yeah, me too.
Take 2 for Temple Garden, play Land Worlds.
Okay.
You're up.
All right, I got an Inquisition. Wow.
It's not good.
Wow. God, it's still pretty annoying though. Hold on now. This is a tough thought. I don't think I care about Skyclave. I could take your land. God, the double Archon is annoying. Thalia is pretty annoying as well. God. Yeah, I'm gonna take Mammoth. YOLO.
Play Thalia, pass the turn.
Okay. I'm going to All right, I'll fade a push Llanowar. Pass to you. Okay, take it.
Go.
Yeah. All right.
Unbelievable. Every game.
All right. I'm going to play this and buy Luris. Pass to you. God, you're so lucky.
Attack. Heart's Desire.
Okay. 16.
Go.
16. That was a good draw.
Was it a spell that you can cast?
It sure was, buddy.
That's all you need.
It sure was. I got some awkwardness here, though.
Could have beaten me with 20 mountains and 40 Mons Goblin Raiders.
I don't know what those cards do. Okay. Let's go with... This is pretty tricky, actually, because if you top deck a land, it does get a little dicey, but I think this is the play I have to make. I'm going to claim Thalia, attack.
I'm at 16, sorry.
Village writes it. And I played a land, right? Pass to you.
Attack for 1.
Okay, 15.
Kazandu Valley.
Okay, yes. That was big. All right. I will cast Faithless Looting. A draw. Discard Arcanist and Kroxa. Now I will claim Arcanist. I'm going to crack this for a mountain. Then I'm going to fame the Arcanist. And then declare attacks. Let's go with Inquisition you. Okay. Yeah, you can't cast that.
The other 3 are irrelevant if I can cast them.
Why?
You have Kroxa.
Well, I mean, the Archons are still annoying, but you do have 2 of them. Yeah, all right, I'll take that.
You want to take a lead Spellbinder when you have a Kroxa in your graveyard? I'll take 3 out of 13.
Okay.
Be my guest.
And second main, I'll claim Kroxa, discard. And I'll pass to you.
Should keep both Archons.
Okay.
Attack for 1.
Okay. I'm at 14 to 13, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Pass.
All right. This has to enter tapped. And I will Kroxa. Getting rid of these, keeping Fatal Push, and I'll pass to you. Big draw step for you.
Oh my God.
I'm guessing it is a double white card.
Just unbelievable.
Yeah.
Every game, over and over and over again.
I love it.
Attack for 2.
Okay, I'll go to 12.
Play Love Struck Beast.
Okay.
You can go.
All right. Oh, crack. Get this. I will declare attacks with these two. Fatal push that. Yep.
Block the Arcanist, I guess.
Okay, take 6.
I'll go to 7.
Okay, second main, land, Luris, couple Arcanists, pass to you. All the spells.
If I draw Collected Company into the 2 remaining Skyclave apparitions.
Yeah, I don't have a graveyard here, so one more big draw. One big draw could get you.
You definitely don't have a graveyard now.
Oh yeah, let's go. Almost don't want to cast it because if you get Scavenging Ooze, I feel like you'd have food, but I think it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, pass the turn.
All right. Okay. What kind of attacks do I even have?
Lethal ones. I can't double block Croxa.
4. Oh, you can block here. You can block there. Oh yeah, you have. Well, you can block here. You block this.
Okay.
You take 5.
Take 5. I'm at 2.
Yep. Okay.
And then you have lethal next turn.
Actually, hang on. I gotta cast that first.
Cast with Faithless Looting.
Yep. See what we can
Hold on, I have 4 draws to a removal spell to kill you.
Well, those were heinous.
I guess 2 draws. Yeah,
those were heinous. Okay.
I'll make the only blocks I can. I'll take 5 total. Go to 2.
Okay, I gain 3 to
Go to
15. And I will play this, mill 3, and pass to you.
So now I need to hit Collected Company into Skyclave Apparition. Just a blocker doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Skyclave itself, though, is enough. Oh,
is it?
Yeah. You don't have white?
Check again.
Oh, hooray! Yeah, you had some frustrating stuff from your creature-based decks, that's for sure. That's for sure.
Missing colors, missing lands, flooded all day long.
Yep.
Welcome to playing 9 games of Magic. Or, I guess we played a lot more than that.
We did play a lot today, yeah.
13 games of Magic.
Woo! I think this is the first time one whole week show in a long time, so I'll take it where I can take it. So, all right, we're a little behind schedule. Rob, do you got any questions, first of all, from our audience? And if not, we're going to head out.
Do not have any more.
Okay, perfect. Well, let's thank some subs. We're going to thank some sponsors. And I'm going to thank the Jazz for losing last night, because that is Ross's bad luck charm. Rob?
All right, Smashtastic86 for 13 months. And G4 Loppin for 2 months. So thank you to both of our subs and all of our other subs.
Thank you very much for that support. If you'd like to support Star City Games in another way, you can join SCG Premium. $7.99 a month will get you access to exclusive content from our wonderful staff of content creators, as well as some other perks, which are 5% off a sealed product, 10% off of singles, and 15% off of supplies. So head on over to starcitygames.com/join-premium and sign up today.
Absolutely. And if you love the chairs that we sit in every Tuesday and Thursday, you can pick one of them up and sit in one of these comfy gaming chairs by going to carnox.com/SCG. You can use that affiliate link to get yourself 10% off one of these chairs.
And always keep in mind that SCG is always buying cards, and the process has never been easier because there's so many ways to do it. You can use the buy list feature on the website. You can mail your cards in and let SCG do the work for you. You can make an appointment and come into the store in person. And if your collection is big enough, you can make an appointment and have SCG come to you. So a lot of different ways to cater to your individual needs, and keep in mind that you always get a 30% store credit bonus when trading in your cards.
Absolutely. And if you love the shirts that we wear, and I mean you should, because there are some sweet shirts coming on all the time. I love the play on Wu-Tang. I especially love these Miami editions. They are just so good. They look so great. They really bring in summer, you know? So these are my favorite. If you want to pick up some of these awesome shirts, you can go to coalesceapparel.shop. You can use the gift code SCG to get yourself 10% off at checkout.
And then we also have the SCG weekly sale So this week is actually an interesting one. It's going to be 10% bonus bucks site-wide. So you don't have to go to a specific location. It's everywhere this week. You're going to get 10% back in store credit for whatever you purchase from now until this coming Monday at 10:59 a.m. Eastern time. But keep in mind that store credit redemption is not going to process until the following week. It's going to get processed from the May 3rd to May 7th. So just be on the lookout for that. You will get an email notification when it does process for you, and then you'll know that you got that store credit waiting to get yourself some more sweet cards.
More cards. Gotta love them. All right, everyone. We've been playing Historic because, well, we want to get ready for this SCG online tour this weekend, which is going to be Historic. So if you saw a deck you liked, I have my eyes on that Teamer Phoenix deck so far. What was your favorite deck of the day?
Yeah, I only have eyes for Arclight Phoenix.
Yeah, you only have eyes for one true bird. For me, I love two birds. I love Yorion and I love Arclight Phoenix.
I love Arclight Phoenix and then the second Arclight Phoenix that you discard to Faithless Looting.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah, a simple man, I see. I like it. So if you want to test out some of these sweet Historic decks, this weekend, the SCG Online Tour is Historic. So Friday and Saturday are going to be 4 satellites each day to get you into that Sunday Strixhaven Championship qualifier. Now, if you go in these satellites 5-1 or better, 5-1 or 6-0, you'll get 1 or 2 buys into the tournament. And these tournaments are long and grueling. So if you get some buys, that is definitely helpful because it's a lot of rounds, but it's so worth it. You can win a lot of money up top. You can get qualification to the Strixhaven Championship, become a member of the MPL, design your own card like Paulo. The sky's the limit, but it all
Take
starts.
Corey's job.
Yeah, he could. Yeah, absolutely. That could be step one.
The position's open right now.
So far, though, if we're replacing one person based on performance this week, it'd be Ross's job. That's open for the public, though. But we'll deal with that when we come to it. But if you want to play in these events,
a lesson in seniority.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, but it's also a case of dementia's kicking in for you, so we gotta get you out of there. You're getting old there, bud.
So
yeah, there we go. All right, everyone. If you want to go to StarCityGames.com/SCG Tour online, you can get all the details on playing some fun Historic this weekend. So that's going to do it for us today, y'all, and a little bit of housework this coming Thursday. We will be taking the show off. Ross just said, you know what, I've lost too badly, so I'm not coming back. So unfortunately, no show Thursday. We will be back Tuesday, though, at our normal time on 1 p.m. Eastern time. So for Ross Merriam, I'm Corey Baumeister. We'll see you then.